my Lord. I am tired with this world. Because this world for the problem. Because this world for the hatredness. And then could you do? It will be against you. My Lord, is in your body. For one you told me that you will be coming back. You love the world. That's the why you say you will never be carrying some to die for my sin. Whosoever believe in him shall not perish, but has everlasting life. When are you coming by? The end they are fighting. Brother, they sister, they are fighting. I am tired. I am tired. I am tired. I am tired with this world. I am tired. I am tired with this world. I am going whip your hands, whip your hands, whip your hands. Come on, come on, come on. I know y'all sleeping now. Y'all gotta whip us more, yeah? Okay, let's go.
That's all right. Come in.
The people fool us, the people lie to us, the government betray us. They can lie, they can steal, they will not. I said we tired with their lies, we tired with their promises that left us to a lot of damages. We tired with that speech they preach indeed, and now unique they deceive us. The thing we saw, it frustrates us. So why can't you lie? Why can't you steal? Why can't you allow the tendencies to be? See, we just tell you. That's why we voted you. But you fool us, you screw us, you use us and later on abuse us. So why? The government should lie. Why? But that's the question that we ask. The people fool us. The people lie to us. The government betray us. They betray us so much. I said they lie. The people fool us. The people lie to us. The government betray us. They can lie, they can steal, they will not. No one to trust. My people don't want to hope on. My hope that I have been broken. Telling you, brother. So where are the schools? Where are the roads? Where are the jobs that they said they were poor? But they too selfish. The people tired with their rhetoric. People tired. You see the reason why we ask why the government betray. They have enough for time, but they don't stay. They delay. People suffer. No work, but people crying for hunger. Your vision and your mission, your intention to the nation, they poor. You got nothing to show. Nothing. So why? The government should lie. Why? But that's the question that we ask. They lie. The people fool us. The people lie to us. The government betray us. They betray us so much. They lie. The people fool us. The people lie to us. The government betray us. They can lie, they can steal, they will not go wrong. We tired with the promises that left us to a lot of damages. We tired with that speech they preach indeed, and now unique they deceive us. The thing we saw, it frustrates us. So why can't you lie? Why can't you steal? Why can't you allow the tendencies to be? See, we just tell you. That's why we voted you. But you fool us, you screw us, you use us and later on abuse us. So why? The government should lie. Why? But that's the question that we ask. The people fool us. The people lie to us. The government betray us. They betray us so much. They lie. The people fool us. The people lie to us. The government betray us. They can lie, they can steal.
That all started with that mix.
Let's do. The all things get things to the party. Build a question, don't ever lose it. Anything that happens, just grow. Go there, stay there, stay there, stay there. You're right there, down there, when I need you. No. Go there, stay there, stay there, stay there. You're right there, down there, when I need you. No. Part of the problem will be all them. People you don't get, all them. No, that's you were born to be all them. All them. Why I'm only get yourself. No talent, just all them. But they will not be long. All them. They go better. One day, yes, they go better. One day, it go better. Anybody ask me how you do, say all them. The place they are, how you play, say all them. School teacher, tell me how you play, say all them. In the stuff, yes, you will make it. Any challenges, you will pass it. You enjoy a future. Part of the problem will be all them. People you don't get to be all them. No, that's you were born to be all them.
All right, folks. I want to say sorry for the late coming on and also the poor quality of my voice. You know, I live in North Dakota, right? So the weather is about to change. So when the weather is about to change, everybody takes some kind of shot, negative shot, So, but we've been here and we're gonna continue to be here. So I'm gonna play one more or two more songs, but I want to say something first before we get started. I know our people. I know what's going on. Okay, so first and foremost, we want to appreciate our God for getting us to be here this morning. It was tough to wake up, but we are up, and we got to do what we got to do. So let me recognize few people that are following us right now. According to Facebook, we are running at 45, 46, but we're going to play the clips so we can get more people coming up. We get Akon B. Toure. Good evening from my side. Okay, you are good with that. I want to say good morning from my side too, or from my end. We want to say good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, depending where you are. Okay, so Akon B. Toure, welcome aboard. Sony Toby, welcome aboard. Stanley, welcome aboard. That's a nice one. Stanley, that's a nice one. Alexander Boniface, welcome aboard. You got two names under there. I call one. Okay, that's correct. Yomatru Kranga, welcome aboard. I think so far so good. Okay, Nora Hooks, welcome aboard. Samuel Salibesa. I'm sorry if I don't pronounce your last name right. I want to say welcome aboard. Let me apologize. Today is Friday, actually, and traditionally we do what's on your mind, but the software rejected the topic and carried day before yesterday topic. But even though that is on the agenda, on my list of what's on my mind this morning, Alexander Cummings, contradictions, talking something different and doing something different, or carry on actions that contradict or not in line with what he's saying. And that is very, very dangerous. That's a dangerous part for our democracy. People like Daniel Che, former defense minister of Charles Taylor, should be on how do I call it? Team Cummings for 2023. Woo! That will be more wahala than just we are thing we're talking here. So we get our sister here, Kopo Moyala. We want to say welcome on board. So let me say something. Those of us in the opposition, and those of us who are not in position, those of us who are not in opposition, in position, independent, and free mind, and free thinkers. Let me say something. I'm going to play a music here. I follow this gentleman a little bit, but what we're going to do, by the grace of God, not this week, but next week, we're going to get him on the platform to elevate his story. It's a sad story because of Liberia. It is difficult for people that speak the truth to be better people in our community, people that do good. We don't reward good people, we reward bad people. You know? We don't embrace, good people. We don't embrace good behavior. We embrace bad behaviors. People that behave ugly to us, to our country, we reward them. That is who we are. And the fact that we don't speak the truth, we don't accept the truth also. But you know why? When people do good, when people do something, they sacrifice their life, they sacrifice their time, they sacrifice their family, they deserve better. Eric Johnson. Some of you have seen him and some of you have listened to that boy on Facebook. He came us, I think, 1 or 2 days ago. I played his music a little bit the last time, especially the one he sang for, COP protests in Liberia. But I was opportune to connect with him yesterday. We talked about 1 hour, 45 minutes on the phone. It is terrible. It is terrible. My people, the strongest institution in any country is the government. And the strongest person in any country, more powerful, immense power in any country is the president of that country. Whether we like it or not, Liberia is a country among many other countries or nations. And government are government, president are president. Regardless of how we feel about it, George Weah is president, and the power that other presidents had prior to him, he has that same power. Beside our God, George Weah determined the fate of Liberians in Liberia every single moment of their day. The government of Liberia has the same power that other governments had under other presidents. Excuse me. So when that institution changed somebody, only because they use their God-given talent, to express through singing what is happening in our country, and that person was chased out of the country. Not only that they were chased, they brutalized them, they tear them off. In addition to that, they manhandle them and they strip them up naked. And they have to go to the hospital and run away and go to Saudi. This is the small story of Eric Johnson, the young boy that sang the COP song. Because he did that, he received multiple threats through text messages and other means. He was followed, literally followed, because he did that. That is who we are. When we got tons of people that killed our people in Liberia during the war and even before the war, they are in the Senate. Some of them are members of the House of Representatives. We don't follow these people because we still depend on them to give up political power. America came in and sanctioned some of them. That left of Prince Johnson, for example. Using our taxpayer dollars, the life of Nathaniel McGay, to give it to former rebels against his political rivals. That's what the sanction law says. So, my people, I will be calling upon you next week, my people. I'm begging you, let me hold your knee, the way we say in Liberia. We need to support Eric Johnson. He got a God-given talent. Based on what he told me, his story resonated with me yesterday. Somebody who had never been in the classroom in their life, whether elementary, high school, he speak broken English, but his English makes so much sense to folks like us. So much sense. Eric Johnson sang some songs, political song for Joseph Boakai, but reality song based on what happened on the ground. He did it for COP, and he been talking a little bit, but people have not listened to that boy. I want us to listen to him. And he need help in real time. Even food to eat, he run away and go to Saudi. He carry one of his baby. His babies with him. The one he left with his girlfriend carried the child to him in Saudi. 2 children, 2 sons, according to him. But I want to give you everything. I'm not even able to give you everything. I'm not able. We are in close contact with him behind the scene to see whether we can get him on this platform to explain his story. I got 28 files that he sent to me. Had Joshua government surrogate manhandle him. By the grace of God, he survived. By the grace of God, he survived. And he's now in exile in Sierra Leone. They chase Henry Costa, they chase Martin Kula, and they chase other people, Councillor Jeremy Verdier, for example. Only because these people spoke the truth. Then Joshua come to UNG and say no political prisoner. The only reason why we don't have political prisoner in Liberia right now is because folks refuse to be arrested. And they are staying in Liberia, they were arrested. So that's the reasons why we don't have political prisoners. But people are being chased because they express their fundamental rights. That's the truth. So yeah. So I'm going to play Eric Johnson music, maybe 1 or 2. I open a line for conversation. Today is what's on your mind. Whatever you see on the topic, let's just accept it. Because the software rejected it. That's a technical issue that I got to go to after the show to see why. Because maybe payment expired. I don't know. But we will go to Eric Johnson, one or two of his songs. And then we get into the conversation. I'm going to go to the COP one actually. Then we pick up from there, my people. I beg you, we need to help that boy. We need to help me. I beg you, anything you can get next week. I'm giving you all the heads up now. I beg you. I'm holding your phone, my people. We need to help Eric Johnson. I'm going to bring him. Let me play one of his songs, the one he did for COP. Y'all listen to this. Few seconds. Let me do the disclaimer. Facebook, we have no copyright to all of the songs playing in our background. We're just doing it to entertain our people and keep it going. Okay? Thank you very much. Y'all listen to this. Very much talented.
People step down. Go back to bed, step down. No justice for the poor. You need to step down. Germany, we are step down. Every day, women, we need to step down. Go for the guns, step down. Because they get power, you need to step down. Go back to bed, step down. You're some people, you need to step down. Germany, we are step down. Retire, we comfort, you need to step down. Go for the guns, step down. You say you form a player, you need to step down. Go back to bed, step down. No football academy, you need to step down. Germany, we are step down. People dying every day, you need to step down. Go for the guns, step down. JFK to back, you need to step down. Go back to bed, step down. Education very poor, you need to step down. Germany, we are step down. Don't have a feeling, you need to step down. Go for the guns, step down. Go good and care, you need to step down. Go back.
All right, this is what he did for COP protests in Liberia. You all know when that happened, headed by Henry Costa Pedro, Jeke Koluba, Berina Yuri, and the rest of the guys. That was the song for COP. But let me play the one he did for Joseph Boakai 2017 campaign that got him to, be out of the country. All right, y'all listen to this.
Liberia, for better life. EJ, even though I'm back. Love Liberia,
All the Boakai people, hold on a minute. I beg you, all the Joseph Boakai people, I'm appealing to you, my people are holding your phone. I beg you. We got to do some humanitarian work here, not only political work. All the Boakai people and people that believe in natural talent, my people, I beg you. You please share the show with your friends and your family members. You please do. Next week, we need to help this boy. We'll try to bring him on the show. We need to help him. He needs help. I'm telling you, in real story, in joke, he needs help. Because there are a lot of us, we are good at going to somebody's dead body funeral and all that kind of stuff and do repair. No, when people living, they need food to eat to live. Let us get them food. Let's try, my people. I beg you. The story I listened to yesterday, it's not easy. I'm not joking. I beg you, my people. All the Joseph Boakai people, all our followers, our good people in America, outside of America, my people, y'all come on next week. We will announce it. We'll get his picture. We post it on our page and Facebook and YouTube. He need help. Y'all listen.
Jojo, Tantan, Tamauna, Sis Maureen, Sabwaka, Yamate, Edwin Matthew Snow, Woman Play, Banejeme, it will walk, come back. Huh? It's the party, oh yeah! Pick it up, pick it up, pick it up. Male, 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 male,
All right, my people, we want to stop there with Eric. We need to help. Somebody is asking whether he is sick. He's not physically sick to be lying now on a hospital bed. But emotionally, physically, he's sick because he didn't get food to eat. He didn't get a place to sleep. Stop it with somebody. I'm giving all the story out. Let me stop it right there so you can't get it before time. When you get food to eat, you know what that means. When you get place to sleep, you gotta be stopping with somebody with two children. You know what that means. Somebody that did this for folks in Liberia without giving him any money, without signing any agreement, no contract, nothing. He did it as a result of his love for music. And knowing where he came from, he himself will explain that. And he had been chased out of Liberia because he did that. He refused to join the CDC. And guess what? He get about 10 different songs that I'm not going to play. He gave it to me, but I'm not going to play today. There is a song he sang against or counter song to tell Judge we are not liar men. We are truth teller. You are the actual liar man. We call it remix, right? Those of you that know about music. Remix. He got our song. There are other multiple songs. There are some that he told me, say, Mr. Duno, I can't play that one. I will keep it. So my people, my advocacy right now is to elevate Eric Johnson, the young talented Liberian musician. Not when the political song he's singing, he got talent. He really got talent. Somebody who had never been to elementary school. He need help. So I want to say, y'all, thank you for listening. Let's get to the story. Let me recognize some of our folks that just joined us. Rachel Hammer, welcome on board. Sarah Way, welcome on board. Augustine Musa, welcome on board. Okay, Emmett M. Jabate, welcome on board. All right, so folks, let's play one tape here or clip, whatever we call it. Let's go to Eddie Jensen Sally, and then we keep moving.
Ellen Johnson-Sirleaf, thank you for joining me on Upfront. It's been more than a year since you left office as president of Liberia. You came into power off the back of a peace deal that followed decades of war and violence and coups. You ended your mandate with Liberia's first successful democratic transition in 73 years. You're the first woman to lead an African nation, a Nobel Peace Prize winner. And yet some might say you've been more popular abroad than you have been at home. What do you say to them?
Well, you know, I think everyone really went around the country, where I spent a lot of time going into rural areas, being able to work with farmers and rural women and traders. And, you know, I found that I was very well connected with them. But also, if in the city, some of the positions I took were maybe not popular, then that's fine. But I also know that I had to be out there in the global community, being able to mobilize the support for Liberia, being able to restore Liberia's creditworthiness, being able to make sure that the partnership that we needed, you know, was put in place to enable us to achieve our development goals. I'm very happy with what I was able to do.
When you became president in 2005, you pledged a war on corruption. You called it, quote, a national cancer and, quote, public enemy number one. But then you yourself were hit with a variety of scandals, your government, and you later said you, quote, underestimated the cultural roots of corruption. But surely Liberian culture isn't to blame for corruption. Liberian politicians, such as yourself and others, are to blame for corruption.
Well, let me tell you, politicians are part of the culture. Politicians are part of the value system.
But it sounds like you're blaming the public, the country, for the actions of politicians.
I'm not blaming anybody. No. I think you're just talking without listening. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying dependency, dishonesty came part of the Liberian culture over the many years of deprivation. The institutions to fight corruption were not there.
You mentioned the institutions, and yet you did have an independent corruption watchdog, the General Auditing Commission, which found 20 government ministers, accused 20 government ministers of corruption, and you failed to prosecute any of them. Why?
Well, let me tell you something. All of those reports were sent to our Liberia Anti-Corruption Agency. They were also sent to our legislature. We organized a particular unit in the presidency to be able to look at all of those cases and to be able to send them forward to the Ministry of Justice wherever they thought prosecution was necessary.
So why weren't they prosecuted?
But well, because our system is like that. If you want to really understand Liberia, you need
our
to
system
dig
is
a
like
little
that.
bit deeper.
It's crazy.
You need to understand our culture, our values, our systems. And the way to tackle it is not always to just make a whole lot of noise about it, but to quietly build those institutions that are going to be long-lasting.
What is it about your country's institutions and values and culture that led you to appoint 3 of your sons and your sister to top government positions? Something that led to your fellow Liberian Nobel Peace Laureate, Lema Bowie, to resign from her post as head of Liberia's Peace and Reconciliation Commission. Does she not understand Liberian culture or institutions?
No. Let's put it this way. First of all, when I took office, if you're talking about one of my sons was always in place a couple of administrations before I took place, and I didn't fire him. Yes, I didn't think it was necessary to do so. If you're talking about the others where I needed a specialized skill to be able to achieve our objective of trying to mobilize the resources to tackle our major development programs, that's what I did. And frankly, will you please look around today at some other countries that have found themselves perhaps in similar position and have been able to put in place those particular relatives close to them whom they feel they could trust? I'll leave that to you to do your research on.
Well, I've done my research. The British Prime Minister hasn't appointed any
But
family
then
members.
then
The Canadian Prime Minister hasn't appointed any family members. The French President hasn't appointed any family members. The German Chancellor hasn't appointed any family members. I could
Well,
keep going.
good
Ellen
for
Johnson
them.
Sirleaf.
Good for them, is that all?
Well,
Good
you were
for
saying
them,
look
is
at other
that all?
countries. I'm saying it's not a common practice for presidents or prime ministers, certainly not in democratic nations, to appoint a bunch of family members to run various institutions.
Well, look. Let me put it this way: we're really gone beyond this now. You know, let's deal with the real issues of Liberia. Let's deal with how we can help this country to succeed.
You say let's deal with Liberia's real issues. No. You said you appointed family members for specialized skill sets. Your son, Robert Sirleaf, was appointed chairman of Liberia's national oil company. That company went bankrupt and 30 to 40 million US dollars disappeared. What special skill set did he bring to national oil company?
No. First of all, let me just say, what you just said is a blatant lie. L-I-E, lie. You go look at the records. There is nothing about that company going bankrupt.
So there were no problems at all at National Oil Company?
The National Oil Company ran into because the two companies that were trying to exploit for oil, ExxonMobil and Chevron, could not find oil. They pulled out, and that meant that this company could not continue. It's as simple as that. And the record is clear on
How about the Liberia Central Bank? You appointed your son Charles Sirleaf as deputy governor there. You suspended him. You suspended him for failing to declare his assets. And 2 months ago, he was ordered to be held in jail while awaiting trial for having unlawfully printed local currency worth tens of millions of US dollars. Did you know he was doing that?
Well, I didn't know you wanted to have an interview just to come out with outrageous statements. I mean, if that was so,
I'm confused. Was he not?
No. I thought you.
Hold on, has he not been held in jail? Is that wrong? Has he not been held in jail?
That is not true. That is not true. He was unjustifiably, illegally charged. But anyway,
so he was charged. I mean, that's your opinion. You're his mother. Obviously, you're not going to agree with the charges. I'm just asking you to comment on him being held for trial. You're saying that didn't happen. Please.
No, you're not. No. What you're trying to do is showmanship now. That's what you're trying to do. We don't need that. We need to have a civil exchange.
I'm very civil. I asked a very simple question. You accuse me of making up things. I haven't accused you of anything. I simply asked, your son has been ordered to be held in jail while awaiting trial for having unlawfully printed local currency worth tens of millions of dollars. What's your reaction to that? There's nothing uncivil about that question.
Look, our system requires that when we have a case under the jurisdiction of the court, we're not supposed to talk about it until that matter is settled by the courts. So you're trying to make me do things that are not right and not legal. Please don't do that.
Okay, how about what happened on your watch? You suspended him for failing to declare his assets. Am I lying about that as well?
Oh, I did what I felt I had to do. You have to realize how I ran the government in
That's what we tried to work out here. That's what our viewers want to know. How did you run the government? You appointed family members, suspended some of them. Just wondering how that works.
Oh, well, I don't think you want a conversation.
I do. I don't think you want a conversation because I'm asking questions that are very legitimate questions. I would ask any former president on this show about corruption allegations on their watch. The fact that they happen to be your children is neither here nor there.
You're right.
So you don't want to comment on anything about corruption. Okay. One of the other things critics line up against you for, you're criticized is for your former support of Charles Taylor, your predecessor, who's of course a convicted war criminal. In 2009, you formally apologized for having stood behind him. That same year, the Liberian Truth and Reconciliation Commission made a set of recommendations saying that a compensation scheme should be created, a dedicated war crimes court should be set up. You never took action on those things. Why not?
We have moved beyond the Charles Taylor story.
She will never talk about that.
We have moved beyond all of those bad things that characterize our country. Liberia needs peace. Liberia needs civility. Liberia needs to claim a future that's devoid of all of those things that have kept us down, that have divided us, that has created problems for us. Well,
Isn't that
all
what
of you
truth and
people
reconciliation
out
is
there,
for, to get past division?
Truth and reconciliation has been gone to the courts. It's left the courts. It has transformed into a palaver hut. That process has started. The process of contrition and forgiveness. All of that has started. And so I don't
But you
care
ignored
what
the
you
actual
say.
Commission on Truth and Reconciliation, which also accused you of financing and forming, quote, the warring factions in Liberia's civil wars. The report said that people, including yourself, should be banned from occupying public office for 30 years.
Really? But then maybe you're not up to date on what's happening in our country. Maybe you forget that after that came out, I won 2 elections.
Because you ignored the recommendation that
Of
said you should
course!
be banned from
That
office.
is a show!
No.
He knows it.
That went to court. You see, you don't have enough information for the things you say.
Okay.
That's really unfortunate.
Okay.
This matter went to the courts. I didn't put it there. It went up to our Supreme Court. And a decision was taken. You cannot, this body did not have the legal powers to be able to judge people without giving them right of self-defense. It wasn't my case, it was somebody else's case. If you just take a little bit of time to understand the truth and the facts, then you won't have to say some of the things you say.
Okay. It's not true then that the recommendation was for people not to run for office for 30 years. I just made that up.
Well, again, you totally missed the point.
Okay. We'll have to agree and disagree what the report says. People can look it up. One last question. You're one of the few African leaders to have led a peaceful democratic transition. When you look at the state of democracy in some other African nations and see how so many others...
His name is Representative Yeke Koluba. One of the primary reasons why I call you here is that a lot of us, including me, we are concerned about your recent pronouncement with the formulation of a new group. I see you buried it. I don't know the name of
the Opposition Protection Unit. Protection Unit.
The Opposition Protection
You
Unit.
see, so I mean, all of the vests. Yeah, all of the vests, and were printed from where all in Liberia.
Opposition
Liberia.
Protection Unit.
Yes.
OPU.
Yeah, and you see me, my berry, right? Are you going live for the people to know?
Yeah.
Okay,
You're
I
lying.
hope that 419 there. I hope you're going live.
Everything you want me to apply, even the lie.
You see some of my people, right? They are in the beret.
So why did you form this group?
The president said no security. You think I'm going to say about to kill me? 2023 will be more. It will be worse than what happened July 26. This and it will be protecting our political leaders and protecting our supporters and the Liberian people. And don't take it for a joke.
The Liberian people, the police are here.
Where you go? Start making fun of them. We are going to train people for self-defense. I'm a former police officer. Riot control. I did riot control at the police academy. I am one of the instructors. We started already. We started doing our physical fitness. We got some martial art people, trying to train our people. Master day martial. I'm a second day black belt holder. Where you go where?
Where's the training?
You will be invited on our second training day.
So you have had a first training?
We had the first training, and the people that we train already. Those are some of the people you see behind me. We have started the training with the first 50 men. Because one of the people said, until you can be tracked, we'll protect ourselves. Oh, you think I'm joking with it? And I said, nobody can ask me why you wearing a vest. Nobody's supposed to ask me. Do we have security in the country? The president said the security is no more. Double, like in the Zin house. Man Lopu, Man Yama, like in those Zin houses. She low for generator to post CCTV. You know what I mean for the president to come down low?
All right, folks, you heard it from the newsmakers and the news itself. Plenty thing on my mind, as usual, but I'm not going to bring everything because no time for it. Let me tell you something, my people. We are making tremendous progress. Those of us that have committed ourselves to these advocacies on behalf of Liberia, to be a better place where human beings can live and little bit enjoy before judgment day, before their individual judgment day, which is death. Whether you believe in Christianity, you believe in Islam, you don't believe in any, but at least scientifically, all of us will die, but we don't know when and how. That is a fact. So, people are listening to us. Not just people that we surrender our political rights to study the affairs of our country based on our interest, our happiness, and our pursuit of liberty every single day. But people outside of that perimeter, people outside of that geographical terrain, people outside of that territorial confinement of our geography, they are now coming in to say, no, there's too much smoke. We have invested in this country so much. What we see now as a possible fire. My people, we not pray for it. It is not our prayer. Those are coming in, if they don't continue to come like Uncle saying United States of America, Liberia will go back slightly. There is a possibility. If you have a president that he know everybody and don't do anything that is right, and you see other political leaders call themselves the best real agent of change, but they are bringing folks that even caused the trouble that we are in today to be on the 2023 team. That is even more alarming than what we are dealing with today with the issue of George Weah. Alexander B. Cummings is telling us and continue to tell us he is a real change. We cannot continue to do the same thing and expect different results. On the basis of what we see him doing, he is 300 to 500 or degree angle away from realities of what we see him doing. Those of you that are on Facebook, ANC people, you're not going to defend this thing yet. It's going to fall on you. Because 2023 campaign is going to be very simple. If you are in cahoots with the CDC people to muddy the water for Joseph Walker, you are wasting your time. So that you can have the opportunity for 2029, you are wasting your time. Even if Joseph Walker is not there, Astafullah, let me say it again with the Bandi people, we're going to have another candidate for the opposition camp, Nanan the Cummings opposition camp. You brought disagreement, palaver, the way we call it in Liberia, inside the CPP. You stop there. You go to Liberty Party, you carry palaver there, you chakla then. Because you and your cronies and your surrogate wanted to put old man Joseph Walker under the bus using the CPP, former CPP framework to give folks money. Delegates. That didn't work. What you decided to do now, to tear the CPP apart, because the only reasons why you retire from Coca-Cola, the only reason why Alexander B. Cummings resigned from Coca-Cola and retire was to go now to Liberia and become president. That's the only position he wants in his life. And nobody entitled to it. Liberian people got to give it to you. And you got to work for it. You can't be at 7%, you get it. You got to attain 50% plus one vote of all of the registered voters. Mr. Cummings, if you don't know, we will offer you the elementary education. And that 7%, Mr. Cummings, you got to get 50% plus one vote according to the 1986 Constitution, Mr. Cummings. This politicking on the basis of deception, dishonesty, and lack of interest for nation building is not going to help you. Not only me that say so, many people say so. Even people that supporting Mr. Cummings now asking him how customs based on the thing that he pulled up. And they need more inclusion. Also, Joseph Boakai is not supposed to be part of inclusion. All those folks, former government officials in Ellen government, some of them Joseph Boakai recommended. Some of them we help them with their confirmation. We know them. We're not going to call them right now. If y'all want to go gutter, we'll go gutter with y'all now. All the folks you bringing on board now, Austin Cummings, they all got 20 records. Those folks were the one working with Joseph Boakai and Ellie Johnson Sally that got choked with Hassan. How can you say you stealing all the time, you're not prosecuting your children and other government officials is because of our value system? Is that our value system and what we elected you for? It is because of your entrenched corruption, stealing public money. Let me now, let me pause the conversation and just tell you what's going on. Y'all see right here? If y'all can see it. I know it's not too clear, but I'm going to tell you. Y'all see that woman talking? That's OKFM. We'll save the video and play it. United States Ambassador at large for Global Criminal Justice. United States Ambassador at large. Listen to my voice. I will say it loudly. I'm happy about this. The issue of war and economic crimes, United States has elevated the conversation. Not only for the ambassador in Liberia, U.S. ambassador in Liberia to talk about it, but the ambassador who is charged with that responsibility, specialized office with a lot of lawyers, criminal justice lawyers, war crime lawyers, human rights lawyers. The woman is in Liberia today. When we can't sit down here, your team say we ain't going to do our overtime, we're playing fun. We're not playing fun. We want our country to be better. We can't live in America forever. Even if we live in America forever, how can folks that are in Liberia, they can't live good? They can't even get rest to buy, and our government take rest and give it to the vice president, do we counter tour, and if not just counter tour, but run a campaign when it is not campaign time. Hey, God. They power here. Those of us that believe in God, for example, my people, how much do we need to live? That's a question I ask all the time. I got food in the refrigerator. This thing can happen in Liberia. It happened before. My brother-in-law was working in bomb mines. All right? The garbage truck will come and pick up the trash before the war. Before the war. It can happen today. Why everything has just become so difficult to do in Liberia by our government? So United States Ambassador Allied for Global Criminal Justice and Human Rights, Dr. Madame Bert Van Shahar, is visiting Liberia and having conversation and discussion, however you call it, with the Liberian people, not only the government, with the Liberian people. She was in OKFN studio today telling the Liberian people the purpose of her visit to Liberia. How far we gone? Folks that committed mayhem against our people in Liberia and committing economic crimes against our people, including Joshua, is the thing that will go free. They're not going to go free. Liberian people say 99 days for rule, 1 day for master. My people, I can tell you for free, as a public policy and international public administration consultant, I don't give it to myself. I earn it. I went to school for it. Folks that committed crime in Liberia, they're not going to go free. We don't care how long it takes. They're going to be prosecuted. And the only way our country is going to have a better foundation, a better framework to get from where we are to another level, There must be justice for all. There must be justice for all. People who did something ugly, people who did ugly thing under their stewardship, they must be held accountable. That's the only way. This is a fundamental reason why leaders that we elect, they don't respect the Constitution. They don't even respect the people that elected them. Because if you respect the people, then you will respect the Constitution, you will respect the law. I can still remember our City Hall, when demon forces went into a private car and called it into two, those 4 human beings right there died instantly. Because Chancellor had gone to war. That last car, I still remember that people called on me. Another time at Vamuma, just other days, demon forces, all of them were staying on the roadside and turn their AK-47 to the community. All of the engines must be off. You make any mistake, they hear that sound, the engine on, my brother. They demon forces at Vamuma, I won't have him my president again. You know, I used to be Yana, but I'm selling around. I'm selling around. That demon force just turn around. We call them ATU and just open fire on that Tesla driver there. Look, everybody that was in that car got killed. Yeah, God. That the people that elected Charles Taylor, you came my man, you came my pa, I will vote for you. That bad they do. This thing got to stop. This is not about Prince Johnson. It is about the senators of our country. It is about the senators of our country. You cannot have a democracy. You cannot have a group of people. They don't have no opportunity. If they open their mouth, they say something, you will change them to the point where you will kill them. They killed our auditors. They killed Princess Cooper. They killed all these people, and they are going free. No, we need to change that. And most Liberians living in Liberia don't have power. The only power they get is their vote. Just go to 1980 for example. From 1980 to today is 42 years. Go to 1990. From 1990 to today is 32 years. Go to 2003 when Chancellor officially left the country as a result of peace deal. It's 19 years. These are times that we had those terrible, terrifying, horrible, horrific, thematic events in our country. Oh no, Eddie say, oh, it's beyond us. It's not beyond us because she's making it up. She don't want any policy prescription for this problem. For the problems that they created for our country. And we can't live right. We are traumatized still. No rehabilitation for the young people now today. They call them Zogo. George Weah come to America and say they gave money and they can't do shit for them. Hey, own Senator Sir Joe said, got to come on Facebook and blast at the youth ministry. Say they can only do counted me. If they want to be doing only counted me, then they must take this youth aspect of it from the ministry. Because what? They collected money, they allotted budget, they use it for something different. That's why the United States government through Congress, Chris Smith referred to them as cryptocratic government. Group of people that only cared about themselves using everybody's resources, my people. You see Alexander Cummings thing, another trouble pending. So the way for us to handle this thing here, thank God America already started elevating the issue of war crime code. Thank God they send a government official to Liberia to start the conversation. My people, let's keep the momentum on. Share the show with your friends. Share the show with your family members. Liberia got to be a better place. When I get up from here, when we get out of this place, we go into our country, we feel good. And we can say whatever we want to say. We don't have to worry about people coming to our windows when there's a rainfall. We don't have to worry about what we say, what we don't say, that people are going to chase us. Hey, God. Everything we copy after America, but we don't live the way Americans live in America. It is so disheartening. It is so saddening. It is regrettable. When these leaders going to change? When are they going to really change for the good of the people, for the good of the country? Leaders come and go. All of them they sin. Look at Ellen defending evil on camera. She don't even want the journalist to talk about her children. She appeared on EABC yesterday under the voice of Dr. Lawrence Bobles, changing mind, changing attitude, talking about we need to respect the office. My people, all we are human beings, and because of that, we are emotional people. I believe in the fundamental philosophies of family when it comes to training, when it comes to upbringing. That fundamental theory applies to three. It applies to the family, it applies to the organization, it applies to government. If mom and dad not doing well, you think the children are going to be okay? The kids are never going to be okay. That's a fact. Our civics book, those of us that did it, it said the smallest unit of any society is a family. If the family is not okay, that society will never be okay. What do I mean by that? If mom and dad not okay, you think the children are going to be okay? No. In any organization for that matter, the leaders must pave the way they want to see that organization proceed. And it's the same thing with the government. If the leader, especially the president, the baby bring President George Weah back and go to Kangaroo Church that he created for himself and mug at us because we voted for him. He says outrageous stuff that are not presidential at all. He comes to United Nations General Assembly and lie to everybody. Hey God, then you, Ellen, you coming to tell us to respect the office of the president when the men who in there, the men that we elected, George, we are including you, we elected you. You don't even respect yourself before you respect the office. Then you say we must respect the office. How are we going to respect the office when we elected you? You don't even have integrity. So we committed a crime for electing you. So you go to the office, all the women you giving job to, you sleep with them. Don't respect the office. We're not going to respect the office that way. The president that there now must respect himself and respect that office. Then we the people will respect the office. The next president that coming must respect themselves and respect the office. Then we the people will follow through. But people is simple. When Samuel Kenya do king, everybody started keeping afro, right? Because the leader was doing that. Charles Sedon came to power, whether you like him, you don't like him. He was a president, he was elected, over 75% of the vote. Executive Marine, right? Most of the, including me, we started calling Executive Marine. So Liberia is a presidential-driven country. When Ellen King started using the BB lapel, the BB hatter, all the women started dressing like that. When Turbo King, he started wearing the short sleeve, higher hat suit, everybody started wearing the same kind of clothes. Speaking the same way. From mat to mattresses, right? Green Revolution by Samuel Kendo. This is history. You're taking. Go research it. George Weah is president now. The clothes he wear. You know what everybody want to wear? Pro clothes, right? They wear it. They don't wear shoe. They wear synagogue. They feel that he compare Monrovia to that of Miami in Florida, right? Later on, he go to a church, he pull on defense. He say, no, it's not Monrovia now, but it's rehab. Only because people are jogging in Miami and people are jogging in rehab, bro. So he limited the statement now to where he live. That's serious president there. You go to Monrovia now, even our talk show now, the most talk about now is Miami. Because the president said it. Imagine the president will do good. The president will live better. Everybody will follow. That's a fight. That's how our country looking, my people. So these conversations across our community in Liberia and outside Liberia, especially those of us outside Liberia, we need to continue to push these conversations so that we can have people to intervene, especially Uncle Sam. Thank God Dr. Beth is in Liberia and having conversation She visited OKFN today. I don't know which of the stations she's going to visit. According to the U.S. Embassy information, she's going to be speaking with stakeholders too, civil society organizations, youth organizations, and the rest of the people. And you know why? That's a good start. That's a good start. To tell you, the next report that coming on our government in Liberia when it comes to human rights, it's going to be ugly. And the United States government is still committed to helping Liberia and Liberians. Part of that help, people got to be held accountable for their actions. Another batch of sanction is coming up. They ain't cancel it. They ain't cancel it. Between now and December, we are told another batch coming up. So, folks, like I said, I get plenty to on my mind, but my one can't talk to you yet because it's plenty. Those are the two things I wanted to talk about. Deception in our country is too hard. Dishonesty is too hard. Political greed. Greed for money. Greed for women. Greed for everything. So as a result of all this greed and greedy people in government, in our public space, Liberians, ordinary Liberians are not getting what they're supposed to get, what they deserve. So it is what's on your mind. Even though the topic you see there was for the 5th, the software refused to carry the topic I put there. Maybe I got to go check it out after the show. But so, folks, I want you to call if you have anything to lay on me this morning. This is your presenter today. The number to call direct is 267-938-2801. 267-938-2801. You can speak on any topic, anything that concerns you. Don't worry about it. The WhatsApp number for folks outside of America, you can call us on +1 267-648-8012. +1 267-648-8012. Those are the numbers. Come, call us, or forever hold your peace. But you know what? I wake up when I saw that OKFN conversation with the ambassador at large, American ambassador at large, that is responsible for global criminal justice. Oh God, I say God, thank you. Another blessing. So we got to keep praying for Uncle Sense to help us. We got to keep praying to our God. Every single day we need to kneel down. We'll get our first caller from Pennsylvania. Great. Get a few seconds caller. I'll pick your call. Let me pull the speaker. Good morning, caller. What is your name? Where are you calling us from this morning?
Good morning, Brother Francis. This is Paul from Muyala.
Oh, Poco. Drop it on us, my own sister. Go right ahead. Nobody can deport you from that place. That they want to stop us from going there, and we'll force it. We'll take it by force. Yo.
Because for America to say this ambassador yesterday to Liberia, if you say shortcoming and jail time will come over it too. Yeah, so Liberia should be happy and be thankful to America because America is listening to our cry.
Yep, America is listening.
Now we start here, we can't go by home, and the criminal has taken over the country. They jump for there, look. But they don't know some of us who are born there. And we got right to that country.
Yep.
And they say that they do all type of stuff.
Yep.
The enemy is there. God is good all the time. Thank you so much.
Oh, thank you, my sister, for calling. We appreciate your contribution, but I beg you, my people, you please share the show. We gotta share the show to reach wider coverage I beg you. But before you go, don't forget, oh, we're bringing Eric on the show. We got to help that boy. We can't afford to lose him.
I saw he can really sing. Oh my God.
We can't afford to lose him. Oh. We must not allow the King Kong guy to get that boy.
I know.
I'm telling y'all, because that man by putting money all over the place, oh, and money not going to vote for him anyway.
And the next thing concerning the food, we need to tell John we are let you go and eat our country for us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
With BB shoe, right? Hey, BB Coloma.
You can't even get that food.
But guess what, my sister? Just before you go, you know the Indian man in Liberia? Or they call him Jetty?
Yeah,
Jetty cooking now, giving food to our people in Liberia. That's a disgrace.
Complete disgrace.
Can you imagine? The people get $1 or $2, they go say they can't find rest to buy. Indian men that doing business in our country, offering our people food. I mean, that is good of it though, but that's a national disgrace. It's very, very shameful.
Very, very shameful. This has never happened before. Even growing up, we never saw this. In Monrovia, we had a lot of food. And even in Lofa, people were growing rice.
Yep.
My father was a big farmer in Lofa.
Yep.
And you said in Moyala, a lot of people from Lofa will know us. So this is just a complete shame to Liberia.
It's a big shame.
We have to go. We can't even stay here.
We can't stay him. We can't stay him. He's too annoying.
Too annoying. In our country, our people destroy our country.
Mm-hmm.
Brought the Liberian people down to nothing.
Mm-hmm.
See the Liberian people standing in line for food. Can't even get food. Can you imagine that? You send them money so they can't get food. What is that?
Yep.
And it's like you can't speak to issue. But you go to a fucking culture and say the nonsense stuff in that
yeah, nonsense.
Mm-hmm. That's why you really get God. No God in that church. That is devil in that church there.
Mm-hmm.
That the only place you need to go and turn the Liberian people issue.
Yeah.
He can't come out to say anything on the air.
No.
Well, you know, we in America, the president will come and see happening and tell her about what is going on. But nothing. He bought a school under the side to a side to a what?
Yep.
It's time for you to go. Thank you so much, brother.
Thank you, my sister. We got CDC surrogate. Yeah, Judge, we are surrogate. Frank Gibson.
They will feed it.
Yeah, Frank Gibson is calling. I'm coming to answer him.
Yeah, that's answer him. Like the job we have go for you in the park and tell where America is washing and this ambassador is still Liberia. I'm so happy.
I'm happy. I'm so excited.
That's happening in me too much today.
Yep.
We should be happy today. We should be happy.
Mm-hmm. All right, my sister. Let me pick up another call. Good morning, caller. What is your name? Where are you calling us from? What's on your mind? Drop it on us.
Hey, brother Francis, man. It's been a while. This Riverside. How you doing, brother?
Oh, Riverside Pro. Hey, my boss, brother. Man, what's up?
Yeah, man. Sometimes I just see the notification. I don't know why.
You did?
I just told you right now. That's why I just see.
To be honest, we were off for about a week. We came on day before yesterday, and I think it was Tuesday, something like that, and Wednesday. But then, no, starting today, by the grace of God, the show will be on. We were not on, actually, for some technical and family reasons.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, brother Francis. Thank you for the show very much. I mean, you've been doing a great job on it. My thing is, I listened to that lyric. I'm very, it's disturbing about the rest situation in Liberia. Mm-hmm. And, I heard a lady talking about Jetty giving food and things. I'm not trying to justify anything, but I got food pantry in my church here. I got soup kitchen. Unlike the pastors in Liberia that collected offering from their members and wearing senator suits, our churches here, they got homeless shelter. Mm-hmm. They got food. We gave, every Wednesday I go to volunteer to my church to give food to serve homeless people, soup and other things. So what Jetty is doing, I think, even though she said it never happened before, but I think it should be appreciated. And moreover, she's talking about Lofa County. My question, I know you're a JMB.
I'm JMB supporter all the way. Riverside, JMB supporter. That one part of holiday. I told you everything. I supported JMB, and you know what? The man have been in government, even though the other people say he committed a crime for being government for long. He was vice president for 12 years. Constitutionally, under Article 51, the vice president got to stay in their lane. Even Joel moved from there, Joe, we are punished. We know that already. Go ahead with your thing. You got to be snappy. Other colors are on there.
Yeah, I know. And then, without later talking about Lofa County was a food bill. Yes, I agree. When I was growing up, Lofa County, Grand Gita, meat, bazaar, rest, all those things. My question to you, what did Joseph Walker do to enhance food production in Lofa County all those 12 years? All those 12 years. Why is his remedy to food instead of heavily relying on imported food the rest of our life? What has Joseph Walker done toward food production in a very Lofa country that she's talking about? How many farms are there that can even sustain the people of Lofa country before she's talking about a food bill?
You want me to answer that question?
What is Joseph Walker?
All right.
What is his plan for agriculture
but I thought you said what did he do? Now you're talking about what is his plan. Okay, let me just help you out. All right. I was born and raised in Lofa County, so that's a fact, okay? And my people are stayed there. In fact, let me now go to myself. Let me go to Joseph Walker question. Let me go to Joseph. If you ever heard about cocoa and coffee, rice and the rest, Lofa County, you already said it. Joseph Walker was not president for the 12 years. Joseph Walker was not president for the 12 years that we're talking about. We don't have anything in our history, on our books, that call for Joseph Walker government. But we got something that call for Charles Taylor government, Toba government, Samuel Kayando government, Ellen government, but we are government now. So Joseph Walker never had government. He was opportune to be selected by Madame Celine to go on the ticket and won 2 times. On the personal note, Joseph Walker got from in 4-year district. And Joseph Walker had always made friends for himself and other community members. He had even helped local farmers in Lofa County. But is that enough? No, it is not enough. But the bigger plan here is for Joseph Walker government, future Joseph Walker government, Saint Bagugbe government is offering the rest importer 11 million. That 11 million will be put into agriculture budget to carry on market and farming, to take people from India, to take people from Thailand, to take people from Taiwan, China, to take people from all over the world. In fact, on the personal note, Riverside Pro, if I will be approached after Joseph Walker win that election 2023 October 10, he is inaugurated the 3rd week, the 3rd Monday. I would suggest the Joseph Walker government to have a trade office here in North Dakota. You know why?
Why?
North Dakota is a successful farmland, agricultural farmland in this country. You know that for free. You know that, right? So that we can tap into the expertise of North Dakota family to look, the long term for this problem to be resolved. I'm not making it all. It is for us to invest massively into agriculture to carry on market and farming. It is not what we're doing now. The one we're doing now will not help us, brother. It will not help us. Toba started that project, even made it push our expensive and made the country rate cheaper. And people started getting used to it. That will be the best solution. We need to empower people. The people working in Lofa County, they get shovel, get cutlass, get hooks. How far you can go with that? Some people plant rice and get it ready. The next season, they even get sea rice. If you don't have a sea rice, it means you ate all your food because it was not enough.
Yeah.
So the solution under Walker administration, all are going to be on board. They think we're not staying away. There are countries all over the world. Even the pro-protein they brought, a pro-post succeeded in Burkina Faso under Thomas Sankara. But the CDC people, they don't do what they say. Here in America, Woodrow Wilson started this thing, what they call poverty reduction strategies. It works. And you talk about your child, my brother, it's a good thing. That's a humanitarian venture. But when the people don't have it, you and I will make choices to go to the church. In Grand Forks County here, or they have a food bank. In Grafton, where I got my house, they also have a food bank at county level. It is a choice to go there and get free food. If you don't want it, you don't have to go there because you got money to pay for your food and you can find the food. But in Liberia, it's no choice. The people say every single day in Liberia. I was there a few months ago. The day you don't say, you're not eating. So even in the midst of that, they can't find rice to buy. Then what kind of responsibility the government got now? And they can't even keep the rice importer to bring rice to Liberia on time. And they are giving the $11 million every budget year. Riverside Pro, you need to talk to your people. $11 million every budget year. That's what the government said they're giving the rice importers. And rice importers complain that they are not even receiving the money. Who is eating that money? And the thing that make it dangerous, Riverside Pro, we are all Liberians, my brother. Anywhere there's so smoke, there's a possible fire. When people sit down on information and they are paid to share information with the Liberian people, with the public, and they don't do it, send a rest issue happen. Have you heard President say anything besides what he said at the airport that it was speculation? Don't listen to that. Have you heard the comment minister come out with anything? Who is charged with that responsibility? Have you heard her come out with anything? What did they do? When Spoon people went to the free pool, the guy that was there, he said there was no rest in that particular ship they talk about. They fired the guy. That's all they did. They fired him. So my people, their country got to go forward. Their country got to be better. And it's not going to be better on several platforms. The same thing in America. People got shot here because they were advocating. Dr. Martin Luther King got shot. Malcolm X got shot. The former president John F. Kennedy that proposed all these bills, civil rights bill, he got shot. His vice president passed it. Okay? So we got to do the same thing. They advocate, we got to be honest with it. We got to be consistent so people can come and help us. But Riverside Pro, my man, I appreciate your conversation this morning. I want to say thank you very much. Let me pick up another call.
Okay, thank you.
All right, folks, don't forget, please share the show. Today, I'm so firing this morning. For America to send a special ambassador at large to our country, to initiate the conversation. We have never seen it. All this time we've been talking. We never see it. Joia, listen. Prince Johnson, listen and follow. You're not going free, oh. You're not going free. Let me call some of these callers that call. I couldn't get them. Okay. Minnesota guy. I ain't even do my commercial yet. I think I can do my commercial. All right, folks. Before I go to the next caller, in the call, I will let it go. I'm not going to cheat myself. Yeah? I'm going to do my commercial. But you can keep your calls coming. Where I put my paper, sir? I want to keep on. Oh, my people, where my paper? Yeah, folks. So keep your calls coming. We're talking today. All right, folks. Just so you know, Kanguma Multi-Services Consulting, Immigration and Financial Services. We are helping our community members to process and submit U.S. citizenship and naturalization application. Also, fighting for husband, wife, and children, adult and minor children. They are all qualified. And once you are here on a green card, at least. To file for parents, you got to be U.S. citizen. Initial green card application processing, replacement due to loss or mutilated. All right, adjustment of status and DED for Liberians and other countries eligible. If you came to America, for whatever reason, you came to train, your visa is still okay, you find somebody that like you okay. Whether you man or you woman, you get married, we can help you to get your paperwork. We can use your marriage document. Immigration in America is based on proving relationship. Your relationship with folks. If you say somebody is your mom, you need to show birth certificate. If somebody is your child or children, you need to show birth certificate. Somebody is your wife, is your husband, you need to show marriage certificate. If you say employer got interest in you, you need to show employment letter, offer letter. That letter, we can use it to file your immigration paper. You will get work visa. Any part of the world you are, you can come to America legally and work for that company. But you got to get that employment letter from the U.S.-based company here in America. That's how it is. All right? If you get a admission letter from U.S. university, whatever you do to get that, we don't really worry about that. We are not going to do that for you. But if you can get your student admission letter, we can do the student visa paperwork for you. It is legal, my people. It is real. And that's the job we're doing. We do this. After this, we do our little agency work. From there, we still go on the white man class. Eventually, by the grace of God, based on your support, you need to support us so we can be able to do our own thing and just sit down here and talk Liberia. Okay? Think Liberia, talk Liberia, vote Liberia, and rebuild Liberia together like this. Make that country nice. Let me tell you something. Liberia is sweet. Look at Liberia is still struggling to get to 5 million people. There are so many sectors in our country that we even touch it. Project. Like Wologisi Mountain, for example, we even touch it. The tropical forest in Lofa County, we ain't touch it. We're talking about Grungy there. We even talking about Sando. We ain't talking about River G. When you go to Kalahun Lukasu, that the player from, so I know the play. You walk in a rainy, the rain can touch you because of tropical forest. Hey God, look at our seaport. We can literally get another port in Grand Cayman County. Technically, we get 2 functional ports, Morovia and Buchanan. We can literally get another port, functional port, vibrant in Maryland. It will give them money. More intake in terms of revenues. But you got to have the technical know-how at the level of the government. You got to get committed people, people with integrity, people that get the qualification, people that get the competence and the training at the level of our political space to be able to create those immense opportunities for Liberians. Man, if I get a job in Liberia that just offer me 1,005, 2,005 more people, it's all real. How much we need to live, human beings in general? How much do we really need to live, my people? For God in heaven's sake. Some of us here in North Dakota, some of our people in Philadelphia, some of our people in New York, some of our people in Minnesota, especially New York. Studio is $1,700, $1,800. 1 bedroom, $1,800 for 1 month. That's why people live here. They got to do 2 jobs, especially folks that don't have much education, people that don't have skills. They have to do 2 jobs with 1 part-time. When you going to have time for yourself? When you going to have time for your family? When you going to have time for your children? You know who they're going to live with? Who? They're going to live with the TV. And that is not good for us. And everybody not going to go to school and get this bachelor's degree and get this kind of master degree to be able to get a better job. Everybody not going to go to school to be a nurse, lesson practical nurse. Some people can only do CNA. How much can CNA offer you in real time in America setting? How much can CNA offer you certified nursing assistant? If you are a practical nurse, it's better. But how can you even go to school when you're not even working good job? Then you're going to go to welfare, government benefits. You go there. It is available. It is your right. Nowhere is like home, my people. I am always, every single day, grateful to my God for the air that I breathe. But I'm also immensely appreciative of the American generosity to allow me and other people to be here and to live peacefully. That what I'm doing here, now probably if I were doing it in Liberia, they would chase me. We don't want that. What I'm doing here before I go to work, if I were doing this in Liberia, there could be people that will can't chase me. They will look for friends that do not, hey God, what is that thing doing to you? If you are not committing crime, why should you be afraid of the police? Why should you be afraid of the police when you have no intention to commit a crime? But the reason why the people are afraid of us because they are doing wrong and we don't want to get a big mouth to talk it. and we were talking. We were talking, my people. If you want to do anything about fiancé visa, for example, affidavit of support, life insurance, income tax preparation coming beginning January 24 or maybe the 30th. That's a lot. Call on us. We'll help out. When people speak to issues, critical issue in Liberia affecting our country, things that happened yesterday that got us to where we are, hey God, they commit crime. How can you have rest crisis when you are giving a rest input to $11 million every budget year? Eh? Then the rest importer say they're not bringing the whole thing we've been talking about have been artificial. You also watched Joseph did yesterday. The political humanitarian. Is he a comment minister? Some of people they see it that business. Some of us that went to go high school, supply and demand, play out. The people got rest. But the people say the subsidy you're giving us, the $11 million we're not getting it. Who getting that money from Minister of Finance? According to them, the Minister of Commerce. So the issue here is not about firing the Minister of Commerce like proposed by other folks around the corner. It is about doing the Liberian people job. And I don't want to blame anybody. I don't want to blame any minister. I don't want to blame any representative, no senator, no. Because none of them have a government. It is George Weah that have a government. This is a George Weah government. George Weah is the one that has the constitutional power to appoint and dismiss people. My people, this is George Weah government. Our elementary civics told us, certified by this constitution yet. 1986 constitution, my people, this is not making it up. The president of the Republic of Liberia is the head of the executive branch of government. The president of the Republic of Liberia is the head of the Armed Forces of Liberia, Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces of Liberia. The president of the Republic of Liberia is called the head of state. So y'all see it? This is not Yeke Koluba administration. This is not Joseph Boakai administration, whatever Joseph Boakai administration doing early. This is not Natana Magay administration. This is not Serena Sifa administration. This is not Sir Joseph administration or government. This is George Weah government. This is George Weah administration. He is the one we surrender our political rights to steer the affairs of our interests. He's not doing it right. He is using the power that we gave him to abuse us. He's using our money to follow all of our sisters all over the place. He used our money to build 47 to 48 condominiums for himself. He used our money to get private jet to take him wherever he wanted to go to his girlfriend in Ghana. That is what he's doing. So we should be happy. This is a man that said Morovia is like Miami in his kangaroo church. This is the same man that reduced that statement to Morovia being like rehab because people jogging in Miami and they are jogging on Rehab Road. I was there, they feed it. Hey, God. My people, America feels sorry for all y'all. America feels sorry for us. Voting for George Weah, Liberian people committed a crime. You tell them men from on top of our head. We want to go back to where we came from. We don't want to see that in there. It's too bad. And you know what, my people? We will talk. The song singer said you can fool some people sometimes, but you cannot fool all the people all the time. You cannot fool all the people all the time. This show here, this platform will stay on, and I'm very positive. I'm of the strongest conviction George Weah will not win 2023. That's why I just let it go. George Weah is not going to win 2023, my people. Thank God America is in there making sure they do it right. War and economic chronicle will come. I don't care how long it takes. It's gonna come. People need to be held accountable for their actions. All of us in America, yeah. Get by the stop sign. You know what will happen? If you are on Highway 29, it's 75. Is it 75 or 70 in North Dakota? It's 75. You can go up to 80. You're good. But by the time you pass out 80, you will see something that blink on you. That's responsibility. You gotta be accountable for that speed. You gotta be accountable for that speed. All this time we've been talking about rest for 2-3 weeks. Where Fwani brothers, where I was, it was still at the Freeport. So that yesterday now, the new comment minister, I will call him, the political humanitarian that come to America and collect few buses and carry to Liberia and give it to superintendent appointed by President George Weah, and he said that good he's doing for Liberian people. But those buses are actually for him though. Just like Thomas father, my uncle, right? He built all the high school there in his district. He got radio station. He got college. He said, I said what? Committee chair on Ways and Means at the House of Representatives. He also, the Monserrado County, I think caucus chair that received the county development fund. He used his power, his influence to offer scholarship to students going to his school from that county development fund from Monserrado County. Yes, yeah. If you did that in America, you're on your own. FBI not even coming for you. By the time that smoke show, or you just let it go. That's what the people doing. They're using their political influence to influence decision negative that we get no benefit from when we talk in Maidenville. How can you do that? You're not even supposed to get anybody from your school to get on that district development council money, because that money goes to you and you making that decision. You go to the Supreme Court, the only man that had different opinion on the basis of law guaranteed by the 1986 Constitution was Cabinet Janet. He created kangaroo code at the House of Representatives and they got the man out. Now he go to the Southeast. All the time, saying we've been doing ourselves. Supreme Court, president have come and gone. Even the junta leader, Samuel Kanyando. They will always tap the most experienced person on the bench already. Appoint that person as Chief Justice. Then they go outside now and get another person to replace that person. That's what we are always saying. But to go outside of the Supreme Court bench, folks that are already there, and take somebody from outside and make the Supreme Court justice because of regional interest. George Weah just want Liberia to be Grand Crew and rehab where he left. That's how he wanted. So nobody should be critical of the government decision, of the government doing ugly stuff. Nobody should be critical. The Supreme Court justices, an election issue goes there 2023. Nobody should say anything wrong about the government. Because that's why they booted Cabinet Janet out for. Because he descended on the 2017 election result. He said there was a foul play. There was irregularities. But the majorities of the Senate, of the justices say, yes, we agree with you, Justice Janet. But we ain't get money. For security reasons, the election cannot go to rerun. So we just accept it as it is. So Cabinet Janet committed a crime. The Constitution says, our parliament, members of the House of Representatives, the senators, the judges, subordinate judges, associate justices, and the Supreme Court or member of the judiciary, anything that say in chamber cannot be used for prosecution. That's what the law says, but we said did it. You know why? The senators got money, they got 25,000 each of them to convict Cabinet Janet wrongly. You never see that happen here in America. Everything we photocopy and carry to Liberia, but the way we behave, the way we do things, is not the same. We do it the ugliest way, and we don't want anybody question us. We're not truth teller. We don't accept the truth. So they think got to stop. We got to reach to a point where it got to get better. It got to get better. It must get better. This, lackadaisical behavior in our governance space must stop. If it requires us to shout, we will shout. If it requires us to cause them, to insult them, we will do just that. Eddie said, Chancellor should break down the mansion if those did not leave. When she became president, y'all listen to the general asking her, right? She wants to discuss Chancellor issue. Because she supported Chancellor, she was asserted at TRC. She went on the front line to inspect the guys, to see how well they were fighting. She supported Chancellor Group, $10,000 what she gave them for her McDonald's work money. What she gave them. Because she didn't get the power, she got angry with Chancellor. She president now, she former president, she won't discuss anything like that. If you say that Chancellor should break down the mansion, you will beat it back. And Samuel Kanyado was there. That our president said it was no longer about Samuel Kanyado, it was about power. And he wanted to grab power by all cost. Then you come in to tell us and young people now we should respect the office. You say that you break it down. The men who were there didn't deserve to leave. That's what Eddie said. She won't clap. She can't deny it. So we the young people now, we are angry. We are traumatized because we enjoy anything about our country. I gave you the Timata event, right? Just imagine folks that were born 1980. When 1990 walked in, they were just around 10 years old. What did they say about our country? All the Western, all the Ozer, it was about massive killing, massive destruction. They are not rehabilitated yet. Are the very people making decisions today according to Legis, our population house? Those are the very people making decisions. Those that were born 1990, they are right now 32 years old. What did they see? Distortion. They saw distortion. They saw president coming on the national TV, on the national radio, telling one group of people in Nima County, if you consider yourself citizen of Liberia and citizen of Niba, you better leave. If you don't leave, when I come there, you will not live to tell the story. That's what they listen to. That's what they listen to, what you expect us to do. You are responsible for our agitation, our traumatization, our way of talking, because that's what we saw you doing. You want to address that. Oh, we far beyond that one. We finished with all that one ever said. We are doing everything we need to do. You know what? Excuse me. No justice, no peace. Those folks that were born 2003, when Chancellor said, for the sake of peace, I will go. That wonderful, terrifying, quiet moment in our country history in Liberia. I was right there on 5th Street. Chancellor was wearing that white suit. For the sake of Liberia, I will go. We saw all the African leaders went to Liberia, including Thabo Mbeki, who was the then AU chairperson, South African president. John Kufuor, and the rest of the guys. Everybody went to Liberia because Taylor himself was afraid how he could easily leave without him being shot by his own ATU people. Okay? Those folks that were born that 2003, they are now 19 years old, my people. They are eligible to vote. Those are the 3 thematic events that occur in our country that are very, very horrible, terrifying. The entire population need rehabilitation, my people. We need rehabilitation. We need help. You got an old lady there, criminal mandate. We'll bring the clip the next time the other ones he said. So you'll break the mansion down with build it. He don't deserve to leave. That's what Ellen said to Samuel Kanyado. And you also had Doe got killed. Just saw it. Those of us that watched that, what was our age? Probably were around 12 years old. 12 years old. 1990. I was 12 years old. And many of you watching my live view, you were just around that corner. Or maybe you were not born that time. But now you see the history, right? If you didn't read it in school, it is on YouTube. Go there. You see it. Everything they said, we got it. And he ain't got no moral credential to question us, to question our generation when they damage the country. She immensely come to be there, both on the local front and on the international front, only so she can become president. That's why she did that. She took our country and gave it to a football novice, a political novice, George Weah. Just so she can walk free. Just so she will not be accountable for her ugly actions. Today is what's on your mind. I will say it. You don't want to hear it? Get out. The heat is on. This is our typical history. This is who we are. You go on EABC yesterday under the watch of Dr. Bobler talking about changing mind, changing attitude. When you got to know that you needed to change your mind, we needed to find a different means to get some kind of dough out. When you got to know about changing mind, changing attitude, you damage the country, then your people can win, see nothing good. Then that we the one you want to hold responsible because we are seeing what we are seeing. A judge who doesn't have respect for himself, he doesn't have respect for the office, we will do just that because he's our leader. He has reduced the office of president in the Republic of Liberia to a kangaroo church. Since he became president, he had never stood on camera to speak to us as our leader. What he does, pre-recorded statement. That's what he does. Where he usually talk, when he arrives at the airport, he will talk a little bit because they can push him. Other Liberians go to welcome him. What he gave them? Nothing, because they are traumatized. They are traumatized. That's why they do that. Even if I live in Liberia today, in the first place, I'm part of any political party, and I carry any mandate. I support Joseph Boakai because I believe in his capability, his honesty, and his nationalistic posture. That's what I'm supporting. If Joseph Boakai win the presidency and go the way just we are going, I will still be here. I will still be here. People like Ma Ellen supposed to go to the studio today and talk about the sacredness of our office, our highest office. When she said that she would break it down, she will build it. All the time, all the July 26th Independence Day that she said bringing government to the, or taking government to the people, that was her own political slogan. The poverty reduction strategy, all the strategies she brought, your check Liberia. She said every time they went to celebrate 36 in one county, that would be development there. But y'all go see that. Bridge that was built when my mother was not born, when my dad was not born. Waterside Bridge, for example. That bridge came down, it fell down. During Ellington, they rebuilt that bridge. They designed, they brought it up Crown Hill. I was saying Liberia. They brought it there. That design that we saw, my people, they changed it. You know why? Public works people in government went back to the company that had that contract. They took some money back. For God in heaven's sake, development is based on population. Those of us that did small statistics. Development is based on population. Liberia or Monrovia were less than 1 million people when they built that bridge. Today, Monrovia is almost 2 to 3 million. 2 regular cars can now go through. If you have an SUV or Toyota Tundra pickup truck, another Tundra coming, you gotta wait. Waterside Bridge, I say they say, y'all go see it. One way, literally one way. Under her watch, Ellen Johnson said watch. That how criminal minded she is. You don't like it, you Ellen person that your business. But we take it as a result of facts. It is true. That bridge, they built it one way. This 21st century, excuse me. This 21st century, you will build one-way bridge. One-way bridge. Can't talk about the sanities of our executive mansion, our presidential office. Let Joe William misbehave. We'll do the same thing other because of how you're trained up. So, folks, if nobody calling right now, we're going to call it a day. Frank Gacy try to call. Let me try to see what I can get him. So he can't think, say, I don't want to answer his call. I'm not doing that. I'm not going to sanction anybody on this show. Good morning, caller.
Yeah, good morning.
Yeah, go right ahead. I'm sorry, I was on the call with the other caller. When I got you by now, then you could not pick up. But just lay on me, be quick, please.
Yeah. That's the number one opposition from Minnesota.
Oh, number one opposition from Minnesota. My man, I don't even care who call, who not call. Just lay on me.
So my question for you, because I heard your critique or your criticism of my political leader this morning.
Is it Alexander Cummings?
Yeah, Mr. Cummings. So I just want to know how you guys want to wiggle your way out of this hypocrisy.
What you call hypocrisy? Who is equal? Who with hypocrisy?
The system that you're trying to use from Mr. Cummings right now can be held against Mr. Boycott.
Okay, if you have proof, you can do it.
Yeah, so the system that you use against Mr. Boycott work with the financier of the war, you know what I mean? Or somebody that actually, not only finance the war, but mastermind the war.
Mr. Boycott does not have the slogan that old people that been in government forever cause the problem. Mr. Boycott is not talking about people who got age, then they cannot leave or any longer. Mr. Boycott is not saying you cannot be doing one thing and expecting different results and calling on the real change. Mr. Boycott is not talking about those. So all what we are saying, Mr. Cummings is 360 degrees away from the realities of the matter in Liberia regarding our political space based on his real actions. For example, King Cummings. Who do you see on that team? The last time people try to defend him or sponsor, they said it is a popular saying and also acceptable that on the basis of inclusion quote unquote, it is a good thing to use old mat to plow the new mat. So the old mat to plow the new mat can only happen in the small mindset of Mr. Cummings and his surrogate. But it cannot work in the wider mindset of the way our country look like, or maybe the wider and the most reasonable mindset of Joseph Boakai. So the old mat, Joseph Boakai old mat is not good. Donald Chair, Louis Brown, McIntosh, and the rest of the guys, old mat is good based on the reasoning of Mr. Cummings and his team.
All right, so that's the thing here, right? Mr. Cummings said we can't keep doing the same thing and expect every result. It's talking in terms of governance, okay? In terms of governing, okay? Honor your UP government. How many government officials went to prison for corruption? Almost zero, right? Even Madam Salim took responsibility.
Joseph Boakai was not a leader. Just made that clear. Joseph Boakai was not a leader. We didn't get anything on our political history. Joseph Boakai being a leader.
At the end of the day, you can make that argument. But at the end of the day, it doesn't change the fact that he was part of it and he did not remove himself from it. Okay.
Okay.
But that's my thing here. Cummings said, when Cummings make that statement again, he's talking in terms of governance. Okay. Governance meaning trying to bring a different style of governance. Right. That's number one. Number two. You gotta go back to the history of Cummings coming to Liberia to wanting to run for the presidency. When he was coming, those that petitioned him wanted for him to start a brand new political party. His statement to them was, if we claim to be the good guys, then we should go in the mix of the bad guys and bring the change that we so desire. That our behavior be the reflection on them for them to act right. That's another thing. And one thing Cummings always said, one thing he said in the interview, he said, if you took a bad child and you put that child into, if you took a good child and you put that child into a bad home, the likelihood of that child becoming bad is high because the home is bad. So the system in Liberia is bad. So even when you take a good person and put them in a system, the likelihood of them becoming, bad is there because the system is bad.
So quick question before you go further. Just quick question before you go further.
It should be done based on just, a blanket analysis. But look at this man, look at the man thought process. Look at his life, his life that he has led. Then before you make a fair.
We already finished examining everything. This man worked for one bank in Liberia, according to him, and came to America and worked his way to Coca-Cola, right? He has zero public policy experience, zero public policy. He's the new guy. Somebody on Spoontalk said we don't need politicians now, we need economists, right? But even economists, based on what I did at University of Liberia and here in America, economists discuss the bread and butter issues. So if you say we don't need politicians and we need economists, the politicians and economists are not far from each other. Okay? So you, Mr. Cummings, based on your analogy you just made, it doesn't even hold water. So because the system, let me come, give me a chance. Because the system is so spoiled, it's so ugly, it's messed up. So even if we put new people inside, it will not stay well good. So we put the old people inside, the bad people, we should mix them with the new people and just put them in there. But we single out one old person, which is Joe Walker. And the crown we put on Joe Walker based on Cummings' surrogate narrative. Joe Walker worked for government a long time. That's a crime he committed. Joe Walker got age. That's a crime according to them he committed. Joe Walker got health issue. That's another crime. But these were the very people that work alongside with Ellen Johnson and Joe Walker as our president. And another mistake you guys are making, you're not reading history. And that's giving you a hard time. Cummings could be a very good guy. I get no doubt. He could be the good guy. But on the basis of democratic tenets, on the basis of our political history, go back to Tubman, and not even Tubman, but Tubman administration. Majority of Liberians did not even know that Tubman could be a better president until Tubman passed away. And up to today, our political records shows that Tubman was the best president in our political history. I'm not speaking as a sedition because they are living in a different planet. They are living on a different planet. And again, go back to Article 51 of the Liberian Constitution, 1986. The constitutional responsibility of a vice president. So why you want to put any story on Joseph Walker? When we win 2023, we'll call you on board. If we don't do better, then you can start holding Joseph Walker responsible. Early government was not Joseph Walker government. Joseph Walker was there as a VP. Whenever called upon to do peace of joy, he did it. That's it.
No. So do I say that time? I mean, because right now the issue we're trying to address it now is the judgment you guys are putting against Cummings, though, right? Because you said because Cummings bringing older people on board, that means the owner mind is saying that he can keep doing the same thing and expect different results.
Yeah, because these other people are going to do the same thing they've been doing forever.
But the point I'm making to you is the point I just made to you. That this man, first of all, this man cannot govern before you win. Then they gotta win before you govern, right? Mm-hmm. That's the thing. But again, when you're making an analysis, you gotta look at the individual you're dealing with. Okay? You gotta look at the individual you're dealing with, look at the person's history and everything before you come up with that conclusion. Now again, this man have enough resources for him to say, I'm gonna start a new party. I'm not gonna touch, anybody that ever worked in government, one older person that been in government, right? But he did not do that. What I'm saying is, because he
bought the other party from former sedition.
Yeah, but listen to me. First. You can go back. You go all the way back and go analyze all the Cummings statement he didn't make. Cummings had never accused anybody in Liberia of being corrupt. Right? Now we the surrogates. We've been making accusations.
Yeah, but you're the one working for him now. He's giving you a pay.
Why hasn't he done that? He hasn't done that because he don't want to. Be the one to come out and start acting like the Jesus Christ. Everybody else is the devil.
But wait now, can I ask a question? Let me ask a quick question, my brother. Let me ask a quick question. You just said something. Why are we holding Judge we are responsible?
Why are we holding Judge we are responsible?
Mm-hmm. For everything going on in our country.
Because Judge Ria, number one, he's the president.
Okay, just stop right there. No. I don't go too far. I got it. He's our leader right now. He's the president of the Republic of Liberia, whether we like it or not. He's our president. Yeah. So, are you the surrogate saying whatever you are saying, denigrating other leaders, denigrating other political parties, insulting people on the wire, on social media, saying whatever you want to say, like he said. It is Cummings. Cummings is the one because he's not stopping you. He is acting like a cat. He's a clean guy. He is a clean guy around the block. The rest of the people in the apple jar, their heads in the cookie jar, they are all ugly people. He is telling you to say what you are saying that he don't want to say it because he considers himself a clean guy in the cat analogy. CAT.
Okay,
That's what. So we will hold Mr. Cummings responsible for what his surrogates are doing or what his surrogates are saying. That is a typical representation of Mr. Cummings, and that is the reasons why he's not a real God.
No, okay, but check this out now. Check this out. Okay, so this is the thing right here. You see, your words are one thing, and their actions another thing.
But so that's what he's doing.
Yeah, listen, now, if Mr. Cummings, was somehow seeing himself as different, he wouldn't have gone to work with, Mr. Boyka, Mr. Ure, and even Prince Johnson.
Okay.
Even 2017, almost from a collaboration. Even with Prince Johnson, because the thing, the game, when Cummings came in, it wasn't Cummings. Cummings wasn't in government for long for him to prosecute anybody. So let's just assume honor Madam Salif, right? Let's just assume honor Madam Salif that she had brought the World Economic Crime Court, and then say Mr. Chia, who is one of the persons that being accused right now, right? And say Mr. Chia had gone to the World Crime Court and he was found guilty, and you're being president. Cummings will not have to come and deal with him, right? And they see what Prince Johnson, then I mean the system would have been saved out. But Cummings they know how to opportunity to do that. So right now he's working with what he's working with. Okay, what is on the ground is what is on the ground. Okay.
So let me just give you another analysis based on what everything you say. I will just give you answer for it some kind of way. You know the fundamental reasons why Cummings bought the ANC. He bought the ANC from Horatio Gould and the rest of the guys. Those are founding members of CDC, disenchanted CDC. Where are they? Mariah Yakura was chief of staff. Cummings paid one university in California for Mariah Yakura go to do her law master, right? Which is fine. That's a good thing. When you got interest in people, you elevate them. You make them to be better people. So Mariah Yakura was no longer chief of staff. Where did Cummings go? He goes to take the former chair of USA, chair of CDC, as a Vatoba, and make him chief of office staff to himself. Okay? That's good news. What happened? Under fundamental right, Cummings lived in America almost 40 years. Under fundamental rights, freedom of speech, including publication, including writing a book, including speaking to journalists, anything you think about. How can a book come out about George Weah? Cummings didn't even investigate, he didn't do shit, and ask Vatoba to leave. Is that how you're going to run the government when he wins? Now, another issue. Why Cummings are not being able to answer the straitjacket question about will you support the war and economic crime for Liberia? Why Cummings can't answer it? Because he got interest in war laws. No, I come in. He got interest in war laws just like George Weah. That's why the CDC, you know it, I know it. They campaign all the time. They told Kiaske or Madam Sedi and the rest of the folks that war crime going to be the number one political agenda when they win election, followed by anti-corruption, right? They won election. Why they can't support the war crime code? Because they are waiting for Prince Johnson to give them political power for the second term. Pay for play. That's why America issued a sanction on him. Pay for play because he been selling the Nima County people vote to folks. So George Weah government will now embrace the war and economic crime because they themselves will be prosecuted. That's another one. Let me come to your last analogy. Cummings work with Joe Barker. Cummings work with the other people. Cummings keeps 7%. You know it. So the only way Cummings conversation could get resonated, he had no choice. He needed to join the old guys that he described later on to be bad guys. After he got small people in America supporting him, including you. And they wanted to put Joseph Walker under the boss using the quote-unquote kangaroo framework of the CPP. Cummings will have paid all of the delegates through this other public opinion criminal, Musability. That's what they plan. But my brother, how can your neighbor next to you, go to your house, go to your wife to settle issue when you tell your neighbor, don't come to my house? So Cummings is a disenchanted, disorganized politician. He's saying something very nice, but he's doing something different. He's doing something different. Yeah, I'm going to give you a few more seconds to go, and then I'll go to the next caller. Man, I'm so fascinated this morning that America sent Ambassador Alash to Liberia to start a conversation of war crime court. I'm so fascinated. I'm so excited. I'm overly joyful this morning. Cummings, depending on the warlords, including Prince Johnson, he missed it. Joe Biden going to beat Cummings like market dog.
Okay, all right. So,
2023.
So it's a lot of deception in your analysis, but we're accepting, we got another political season. But if you truly try to be honest with your analysis, right? First of all, this whole victimhood, that you guys split. Cummings got money, and Joseph Boga somehow some kind of a poor man. It's not going to fly because Joseph Boga is a millionaire. You know what I mean? Joseph Boga is not broke. So if Cummings is going to use money in the primary, what do you think Joshua is going to do in the general election? Okay, so Joseph Boga is so broke that he ain't got money. Other people be using money. Joseph Boga don't have money. So then that means he should go for the national election then. But the truth of the matter is, Mr. Boga has money. That's number one. Number two, Mr. Boga is so loved and respected and so much of a great leader that you guys claim that he is. He should have no problem going to primary. He should have just wanted the primary, just aim Cummings entire political ambition right out of the primary. You know what I mean? But all of a sudden, you guys come up, the different excuses and everything like that. But you understand, you still claim that Mr. Boga is one powerful leader that is so loved and so cherished that you're gonna be coming. But a little primary, you could not go there to go end this man's political career. But I think that at the end of the day,
the reason Mr. Boga did not go to the primary because your guy Cummings refused to follow through what the CPP framework talk about. But he was sitting over there castigating his colleagues.
When Mr. Boga was a chairman once, and last year Mr. Boga said we are going to the primary.
Because your guy refused to go to meeting. Your guy refused to go to meeting based on what CPP framework talk about. Every time they call you to meeting, he will not go there, but after the meeting, he will come up with press conference.
Okay, so how come then who got only 7%? Kept on insisting that he will stay in the CPP, but the guy who...
Because he's looking for popularity. Cummings is looking for attention. That's a fundamental reason why he have divided the Liberty Party into two. But forgetting to know, the foundation of the Liberty Party is with the Bassa people. If you throw away the Bassa woman and the Bassa legislative caucus members in the name of expulsion, you are wasting your time, Mr. Cummings. That's a reality. Cummings is not, he might not get 7% this time. Maybe he will get one more point or two. But guess what? The Constitution says 50% plus one vote. Until Cummings can get to that level, and anybody in the contest, they will not win election.
Before I go, when the United Party list coming up?
The United Party list will come up whenever United Party leadership is ready.
Okay. All right, brother.
But we now, my brother. I'm not working with the United Party. I'm not inside their chat room. I'm not listening to anything. I believe in the competences of Joseph Boakai based on scientific reasoning. In America, I work in mental health for 10 years already as of today. If I apply for another mental health job, they will give me recruitment bonus because they can track it. They can track my experience. When somebody has almost 40 years, including 12 years of our presidency, based on what we know about experience, my brother, that person tends to do better than the person who got no experience. Cummings get the presidency tomorrow, he's going to be learning on the job, just a job we are. That's not going to happen.
Let me tell you this before I go. You see, you're not being practical. Okay?
Why I'm not practical? So you want to tell me?
Listen now. You're not practical because Mr. Boakai worked for government. You won't call it 25 years, but let me just say 12 years. I mean, after the 12 years, Mr. Boakai made at least about $6 million in terms of earnings. Okay, and this man came across that show and said he was living on loan.
Do you have proof for that he missed?
If you are employing a manager, so if you have a business and you're employing a manager that's supposed to grow your business, there is no way you will employ Mr. Boakai on your business because why? He's not a good manager.
Why you say so? Why do you say so?
Cummings work for the same time and Cummings able to turn his earning into wealth. Okay? So that lets you know that he's a good manager And this man said, everything we're doing in Liberia, see Liberia budget right now is about around 500 to 600 million dollars. Mr. Cummings said, everything we're promising the Liberian people, if we don't have the money for it, it's just all talk. That one of the reasons why I respect that man. That man understand money. Okay? He understand money. All you want to pay for in Liberia, all the social program want to pay for. If we can't grow our budget, right? It's all talk. It's just nothing but promises. Would that be at the same point? Okay? So we need somebody that will come and grow that economy, my brother.
You know why? You know why, my brother? You know why, my brother?
Yeah.
I really appreciate the conversation. But
Yeah,
if you don't mind, let me tell you something. We all get sad. I always say it here. And it's a good conversation. It's a good practice for all of us to talk. We should not be like the other folks like Ellen Land that took gun to kill our people, okay? This conversation is very hectic. It's very hectic. I want to invite you next week. Give me your telephone number. Give me your telephone number.
I got yours. I will text it to you. I got yours.
But the one you're calling on now, this is only for the show. So take my everyday number, then you can text me so that I can call you. When I get out of the show, when I answer the call anymore. Sometimes I shut it off. Yeah. So are you ready?
Hold on. I think I got your direct number. Hold on for a second. Hold on. Okay, the number is 267-648-8012.
Yes, that's it. Text me later on so we can schedule you to come on the show.
Okay, all right.
All right, my brother. Because everything you said, some been saying, you know what, this is a democratic space. I like this conversation, but you know what, I like to bring facts. All right. If you say Joseph Walker made $6 million whatsoever, because those of us that did public budgeting, we need to see that budget that made Joseph Walker to earn $6, $7, $8 million before he left power as VP. We want to see that. Okay. If you say Joseph Walker get money, everybody been seeing, including Joseph Walker, that he get money. Now you saying from Cummings, can Joseph Walker get money? I'm happy. So we'll be able to get some money to help Joseph Walker to go out there to see his people. And you know, another thing you said, that the man is loved by the people. My man, there's some evidence. This man came second to George Weah. You know it. So, our your guy, Cummings, got 7%. Joseph Walker came close, but he didn't win. So, I don't know when he went to count to 8%, 9%. I don't know yet. But you know what? We are happy that he turned his work, he turned his earning into wealth. But you see that he didn't get money too. That we think that he got money, but he didn't get that level of money. But that is all fine. You know what? We agree, my brother. I want to say thank you very much for coming on the What's on Your Mind edition of our, small platform. We appreciate it. But let's keep coming and let's share the show. Even talking about Cummings here, that gave Cummings some numbers too. You know that, right?
Yeah, no, that's true. Yeah, at least out of your population, if I take 5 from this house.
If you take 2, say you good.
Okay, brother. All right, brother.
All right, my brother. All right, thank you very much. Yeah. All right. Don't forget to text me, please.
Yeah, I'll do that.
All right.
All right, bye.
Bye. All right, folks. It is interesting. It has been really nice here. I overstayed, but you know what? I don't regret it. I'm so happy that I can talk for Mama Liberia, so that our country can be a better place. I ain't got no regret doing this. I'm happy. I can reduce my hours today on my white man class. I don't get for damn. You know what? Liberia got to be better. When I spend my $1,500 to go to Liberia, I need to feel free. I don't need to be looking over my shoulder and this and that. The bad guys got to go. The bad guys, and don't mind me. I don't really care. Any opposition leader, Joseph Boakao, Alexander Cummings, Tiawan Gongro, any of them can take power. I will feel good. But it should not be George Weah. No. George Weah got to go. George Weah has reduced our country to nothing. To nothing. This is a man that the young people voted for him in their majority. You see what George Weah done for 5 years. This is my first time to see government, first trend, that wishing to go back to ask the people for a second trend, they should run on their performance. This government is looting this first trend. excuse me, they are abusing us. They are stealing our money, evident by United States government sanction against them. Some of the officials. Imagine that the way 2023, imagine they would do what they would do to our country. The Bani people say kapu kapu. If you Bani person under my voice, that kapu kapu mean everybody take their own. Now what will happen? Because at that point, they will not be asking for any more offer based on our 1986 Constitution. That the president can only run up to 2 terms. They cannot go more than that. And he's not going to change the Constitution, hopefully. Because we will not agree, America will not agree. So if they're not running again after 2023, that other says here, you know what they will do to our country? Even what we say here, we will not say it. Because even in the midst of threat of additional sanctions by the U.S. government, American ambassador at large is in Liberia as we speak, discussing the importance of the War and Economic Crime Court establishment. The people are still misbehaving. How can Joshua come to America and lie to all of us in the war? Then Malawian president come and say exactly what is going on in his country on the basis of honesty and love for country. American government offered him money to help his people. Just where can he lie so bad? Even the corruption that America talk about. He suspended his people. He could not even fire them. He said he's fighting corruption. Hey God. Rehabilitation in Liberia, the only one we know about that Dallon rehabilitation, my people. I will talk plenty today. You ain't want to call? I will talk. Y'all listen to Sir Joseph on Facebook, right? The small money, 750,000, the what they offer. That money said we don't know where it is, according to Sir Joseph. He even threatened the Minister of Youth and Sport. And he wouldn't want to be content ministry, he must tell them. So they can take the youth component from that ministry. But what we are seeing with the young people in our majority, I'm not really super young, but based on Liberian standard, I got to minus 14 years from my age because of the war. Those were the war days. So I'm not counting that. So if I minus that one, then I'm a youth based on Liberian standard. We need to be de-traumatized and rehabilitated, majority of us Liberians, especially with the young people. And that process must start with fair play, honesty, patriotism, and justice for all. People should be held accountable for their stewardship. We will continue to say the issue of impunity must go. And when we start to do that, people will feel happy. Investors will feel happy to go and invest in our country. It is not us in America, according to Ellen Johnson Sirleaf, because of our social media technology, what we say, what we put in there. It is not us that making investors not to go to Liberia. It is the government that we surrender our political rights to stay our affair that is responsible for that. Because we are just relaying what they're doing. That's what we're doing. World Bank gave money, European Commission gave money, USAID gave money, our tax dollar to the city government. The city government can't even clean the city. European ambassador talking, oh, they're making with political football. We do not accept any realities of anything. I can sit here the next 2-3 hours, it will not end, but it has to end. It is way too much. So let me tell you, my people, y'all thank you plenty for coming. But before I finish, let me remind you, next week, I beg you, I hold your photo, my people. I beg you, all of you. Not only people that believe in Joseph Boakai, but all of you that believe in us and believe in Liberia and believe in humanity. We will be bringing Eric Johnson on the show next week by the grace of God. Eric Johnson will be joining us from Sierra Leone, where he is hiding from Bekugbe government because he used his God-given talent. You see where George Weah used his God-given talent to play football. This boy used his God-given talent to sing political song, we can call it, or reality song, and describe and predicted everything that is happening in our country right now, including the lion man. Plastic bed that turned the dollar. The country going this way, going that way. Everything Eric Johnson talk about is happening right now. He has been in Israel, according to him, for a little over 2 years, but he need help to survive. He's not sick physically, but he need help to survive, to get food to eat, to get place to sleep. We need to help him. When we achieve doing that, then we can start talking about whether we can help him to elevate his music, because he actually got a couple one now that he actually sent to me, but I don't want to put it all here because we ready to put it on my day. Somebody who had never been to school. Somebody who had never been to school. Elementary, junior, or high school. No, but he able to write his own script. I'm asking all of you, my people. Those of you that believe in humanity, those of you that believe in helping other people. Next week, we'll bring Eric Johnson on this show so that we can help him. So we'll listen to him to explain his own story, his own ordeal. They tear their bomb off just because he sang that song. He survived it. Another song he sang, they chasing everything, how they took it from him. They brutalized him heavily. He got to go to Fire Stool Habe Hospital. From there, he got to go to Charlotte. He's suffering. I'm not joking. I had a conversation with him behind the scene for over 1 hour, 45 minutes yesterday. And I feel so sorry for him. That our leaders, our government in Liberia will chase somebody like that. Another veterans of the war. Like I told you, 1980, 1990, and 2003. He's not even in the 1980 column. He's way down on the side. Way on the side. That kind of person you go follow. Just because they sang a song that you stealing, which is the truth. So my people, I beg you, next week we'll bring Eric Johnson on. So all of us can put our small thing together and give it to him. And tell him, Papa, thank you, for singing for us. So he can find food for here and 2 sons to eat. And find place to sleep. Anything your God tells you to give it next week, please do. So we can help him. And this could be anybody else. Henry Costa got platform so people help him. Justina something. We help her. So Eric Johnson, we need to help him too, my people. Before I go, somebody say I should play one of his songs, right? I got the newest one, actually. One of the newest one on my phone. I will try to play later on, but you'll give me a small chance, okay? I don't really get tired doing this. Let me just let you know. I don't get tired doing this. Because you could have different versions. But I love my country so bad. And I don't think anywhere would be better than my country. And I don't dismiss the generosities of the American government. I got all of us here to be able to do what we are doing. But I love my country the best. Yes, so you all know. I love my country the best. Yep. I'm looking for one of the latest. I think I need to go to my inbox. It's 2021, something like that. Yeah, I come here, folks, few seconds. I'm going to get everything downloaded into our system on the weekend, hopefully. And then that way it will be easier to get it from there. Yep. No, that's not it. That was a recording. Oh man. You're sorry, I come in almost there. I really want to get the newest one, but I don't think I'm gonna get it right now. Yeah, let me just get this one here. Oh, Mama Liberia. Anybody want to call, you can actually call, okay? I will answer you, don't worry about it. Yep, I gotta get my boy. Okay, let me play the one I got here, okay? This one is actually a political song, but let me just do that. I wanted to do one of the 2020, 2021. Then I can start searching for the other one. Okay, I'll listen to this. This one was actually for Joseph Barker, just so you know.
Brand new day, fellow Liberians, what Joseph Barker for the continued development in Liberia for better life. EJ, I'm back.
Most people know him to be It Will Hold. Man, William, you gotta wait for me. I will call you. Don't worry, my brother, please. I'm on the show, man. I love to do this. All right, folks. Just let me see this one. Yeah, this one of the newest one. This about Sweet Liberia. Actually, that's the title of the song, Sweet Liberia. You're listening to this.
LB, wake up. This is your own boy, DJ. I'm back.
Y'all listen to that, folks. Just where use his legs. Yes, I agree with you, my brother or my sister. Eric is using his mouth. Now they're chasing him. Yeah, he is on YouTube. So they don't only sing political song. See Mama Liberia, man. No justice for the poor. All of them are rural. No justice for the poor. No peace, no unity. Because the president called other folks enemy of the state. Sweet no liberty, man. The boy is right, my people. I'm a music lover, by the way. I love music, especially reality music. I speak to the issues. I can honor you can call back. You see me in my military fatigue. I'm ready. True intellectualism, you're not AK-47 or bazooka, okay? Intellectually, we are ready to battle the opposition. Just we are and the ANC people are now the new opposition. We battle them. Hoping for change. Sister Kapoyo, they wanted a jealous. Go back to on YouTube. They wanted an on YouTube. I'm playing it. We gotta help our boy. This is somebody who has never sat in classroom. That is unbelievable. Imagine if Liberia was like America, for example. America's Got Talent. Can you imagine? But the government is chasing him until he got to leave the country. Somebody said I'm going to play Joey Adalo. Mona Lisa Maro, he said I should play Joey Adalo, right? Okay. I don't know whether I can get that. Now all they know. Liberia. See Mama Liberia. Into Popo. Liberia. Sweet. Sweet Mama Liberia. Come on! Mama eat like no pig. Back up him. In that empty. So baby, and we begin. And speak the truth for the people. Liberia. Professional pole. That's what that means, okay? Oh, somebody. Oh, Sister Copper, you want to start saying something? All right. That's so nice of you, Sister Copper. Ooh, okay, so if you want to send anything right now, you can send it to 267-648-8012. 267-648-8012. That's my cash app. That's my personal number. And if you want to do it with Zelle, just put the Eric Johnson in the comments box or the note section of Cash App. Just put the Eric Johnson. All right. If you want to do that, you can do it now, even though we're not ready. But if you want to do it, you know what? It is your money. You're ready to give it. We put it there. When we get into next week, we announce it and everybody will know what's going on. I really appreciate that you are already ready to go. So again, the Cash App number for Eric Johnson donation is 267-648-8012. 267-648-8012. That's the Cash App. It's the same as Zelle. And my name is just my name, Francis Kangoma Duno. That's what you're going to see on the Cash App. Francis Kangoma Duno. Eric does not have a Cash App number, just so you know. This is my own number I'm using so that all of us can help him. I didn't want to do it right now, but since you're waiting to do it, Sister Kopo Moyara, that is a number. And anybody who want to do anything now, you can send it to that. But let me play one more music of Eric, and then we call it a day. All right, we call it a day. Let me see this. Okay. Better feature. This one, he sang this for just Dara DeLong, actually.
Let's go.
He did it for DeLong, I think so.
It's your own ball. EJ, it will hold. I'm back.
It will hold.
CPP all the way.
This was during DeLong's election. That's when you heard on that wonderful Sunday. Darius DeLong was in a bulletproof jacket on top of the car. I didn't know Eric that time. Just got to know it from yesterday. That's it. And you know what? His story resonates. This boy was selling coconut. Coconut. That's how good he is. Come on. Marcel Isana will beat Joria. That's it on it. Will beat him. The real political calculation in Kanye. There's another one here. After this, I do my commercial and call it a day. And not only that he can sing, but he can also dance very well. This one, the title is Light. The Light. We cannot afford to lose him, okay? Cannot afford to lose him. Please, I beg you. We cannot afford to lose him. Got to elevate the conversation. That's a good team. That's a good thing, Sister Florence Colley. That would be the long term. School is a long term. At least he can know how to read and write. He already does that by himself. He's so creative. He sent me text messages. But I went to school in Bola Hunlofa County. I know what that is. So my foundation, elementary foundation, was very solid before I got to Morovia. I know what it means. Somebody go to school and they're able to text a little bit because they're being street smart. Yeah, that would be the long trend, but let's find something to eat for. The new release will be coming. I'm talking with folks behind the scene. If you are a Joseph Boakai supporter, let me say that. Let me reduce the volume. If you are Joseph Boakai supporter and you are Unity Party supporter, behind the scene, call me please. The number is 267-648-8012. That's my personal number. Please call me. If you are Joseph Boakai or Unity Party supporter, you don't have to be partisan. If you believe in the change that we want for our country, just where I need to go. It's no joke about that. Just where I need to go. The time we're spending on this platform right now talking, I sort of be on my white man clock. But you know why we got to do this? I don't want to go to Liberia. I got to be looking over my shoulder. No. These bad leaders need to go. Because they don't like the truth. They say outrageous things. They don't want people to respond to them. We cannot afford to lose this boy. We cannot afford to lose him. Let's try. He is Australian as I speak. I can't call the city. Because of security reason. They did the same thing to Martin Colley. They did the boy was graduating, they want to arrest him. Martin Colley got to run away, he's somewhere else. Then he come to UN General Assembly, he ain't got no political president. The reason why you ain't got no political president because people running away from you. Those that didn't run away, the very government auditors got killed in cold blood. They got killed. Okay? So my people, I'm just so impressed and fascinated about this boy. We need to help him. We ain't got nothing. But at least we can go to work and get $1 or $2. We need to help him. I'm begging you. I just begging you. Next week we'll make sure and bring on the show so he can speak for himself. Yesterday we talked 1 hour 45 minutes. The thing here they brought up. The pictures that he sent to me. And the new song, he got about 7 to 8 songs that I'm not going to play. Really nice one. 2021, 2022 version. Because he put him out yet. So I beg you, man, Unity Party supporter, Joseph Boakai supporter, you please call me so we can talk. If you are in America, you are abroad, my number is 267-648-8012. I'm not hardly my number. I'm giving it out. The WhatsApp, that's the same number. JR Plus Sunday. All right? So, I mean, I really like what people are saying here in the comment section. I really appreciate you guys already. Even before he appearing. Yeah, y'all thank you in advance. Let me play one more, then we call it a day. You know, let me play one more so y'all can get this, and then we call it a day. Yeah. My man, you can't go by here. This one, the title is Thank God.
Right, LB, I win. It's your ball, EJ. Your juju man fit. The life will live, say, say, brother, you got no vision. The life will live, don't put in the got no vision. One life to live like that for your measurement. One life to live like that for your measurement. Anything you do, you just got to talk. Anything you can, you just got to talk. You buy your land, you just got to talk. You pay yours, you just got to talk. You buy your car, you just got to talk. You work from home, you
This is what the COP wants.
No more forget wrong. You need to step down. Germany, we are step down. John, we are suffering off. You need to step down. Don't forget wrong, step down. We're suffering too much.
That's Eric Johnson right there. You will see his real self in studio next week.
Step down. The country getting out. You need to step down.
That's Eric.
Germany, we are step down. Nowhere to go. You need to step down. Don't forget wrong, step down. No money in the bank. You need to step down. Go back to bed, step down. Don't forget getting people. You need to step down. Germany, we are step down.
I'm going to pin the number right now, the cash app number for Eric Johnson contribution or donation.
Everybody, hey, hey, make a way, hey, make a way, hey, make a way, so free us, make a way, make a way, make a way, hey, so free up, hey, fucking run, back the road, fucking run, back the road, sabu unit, back the road, hero, every poster, hero, perfect hero, get compa, hero. Mama, you bring Tanga. Hero. Sim Sago. Hero. Anytime you ready. Hero. To say you want Waka. Hero. The criminal in the government. Samuel Twer. Natalo Mage. The Basili Poti.
Eric Johnson donation cash app number. I get printed it. It's right there. Carrying Liberia Today logo. I will call it. It's 267-648-8012. 267-648-8012. 267-648-8012. That's it. Eric Johnson donation cash app number. All right, that's the number right there. If you want to do it now, you can get it started. But by the grace of week, oh my people, you're sorry. By the grace of God, next week, we'll get him on the platform so he can explain himself, and then we can be able to pick up from there. That step down song is the one that they brutalizing on, and pimping riders got to help him to escape with him and talking to Habel Hospital. From Habel Hospital straight to Charlotte. So this one a political song for Joseph Boakai. So you're the Joseph Boakai people. Joseph Boakai ain't get it but no money. He believed in his country so much he using his mouth. Joe we are use his legs to play football and we made president. So Eric said he want to be president. He just want good person to be president so he can come back home. Okay? So you all listen to this. I know you're tired, but it is the way it is. I'm about to go. Anything y'all get, my people, even $5, we'll take it. Don't worry about fees. I will pay that fee personally. We'll send it to him. Y'all see this? Oh, Sister Victoria already sent it. Oh my God. Hey, Sister Victoria. Oh God, thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. See this? This is Eric. This is 2017. He was staying in Liberia. After the COP after the COP participation, that song is sung, you know, step down song. That's when they follow him. We need to elevate it. You see? So JMB people, y'all gotta help Eric. Yeah, my people, y'all gotta help Eric. Eric did too much for y'all. Y'all gotta help him. He need your help. He need your help. I'm talking in the Liberian way. We gotta help him. We're going to have a show here next week just about Eric. Okay, folks? I really feel so happy that some people already send money. Hey, man, my people, y'all thank you. Sister Couple, thank you so much. Thank you. Appreciate it. Some people already start sending money, my people. That's how good we are. We, the Liberian people, we get kind heart. We get kind heart. We need to help when help is required, when it is needed. We need to help. We got to do some humanitarian work too. Can't just talk politics through us. JMB all the way! In my closet in America, so nice. I'm so motivated, my people. You just leave me where you go. I'm so motivated. I ain't even want to go to work today. I don't know what I should call out. American ambassador is in Liberia discussing war crime code. The conversation getting elevated. Oh man, Joe, the next president, take it to the bank. Joseph Walker is the next president of the Republic of Liberia. Take it to the bank. You think that Buka Denzel will come and talk about it? Yo, listen to that. Vote Joseph Walker. You want to lose that kind of boy? You want to lose that boy? Because Joe, we are chasing out of the country. You want to lose it? You can't afford to do that. I got to stand a little bit. Right away! Yeah, man, this boy is so gifted, my people. Natural talent. Natural talent. No processing on the no nothing. It's just natural, especially when you speak the Liberian English, the broken English. No, I just feel so fascinated. Oh my God. We can't support the kind of people. America got talents in this country. We see it on the TV. They take children from elementary school all over the place. Hey God, look at our sister in Nigeria, somebody abused her. She says so on Prophet Show. Kevin Adams, that woman gets so look, natural voice. We don't even support her too. The government, the private sector in Liberia, they don't get no time. Look at Ministry of Youth and Sport, that their job there. Ministry of Gender, that their job there. Why they can't put these women together to help them? That they are under calling them naturally. They didn't go to no musical school. They didn't go to nothing. They just know how to sing. Kevin Adam got to run away from Liberia because she participated in some kind of election. She didn't win. They started causing her man. She ran away. Some kind of 401 now in Nigeria called her to sponsor her to sing better song. Now she went to Nigeria. But okay. Those are just few to talk about. Those are just few. Some of those boys in Nimba County, some of them in Lofa County, some of them right in Morovia there. They sit down, they put their idea together, they prepare locomotive in the form of airplane, they put some of the battery there, they put it in, they're trying to make it fly. We can't even support them. The other little boy in Nimba County go find money, he will make it with political football. Where is he? We don't know his whereabouts. We'll give him motorbikes. Is it motorbike you get to somebody? So my people, you're thank you, yeah? You're thank you. Especially those of you that already send cash app to my cash app. Just remember what you send. I will come on the same platform. I will send it to him. Don't worry about fees. I'll pay. That's part of my contribution to elevate his story. To elevate his story. You want to send it to Zelle, you can send it to Zelle. Starting today and onward until we get here on the show. Yo, thank you. We need to help. So we can't all just talk politics. Excuse me. I get 3 jobs to do. I get my regular American job. I do that. I get my agency job. I do that. Mostly in the morning and when I get people to work on, sit there and do it. Then I got this Facebook talk show platform. Somebody is calling me, but they need to give me a break. I'm coming to go. So that 3. I get paid for 2. I get paid for my American job. I get paid for my agency job, small consultation. When I work on people, they give me small money. Yeah, that's true. This 1 year, the mama Liberia year. Some of you want nothing from Liberia. Joseph Waken County, Alexander Cummings County, Tewan Gongo County, they look in America and other parts of the world, and they find competent, qualified Liberians, honest people, honest Liberians. If I form part of that group, you know what? They offer me, I will take it. I will have the options to either take it and go live in Liberia, or to say, no, I don't want to. Upa will just do it, so our country will be better. The people there, they need it. And now the Georgia government will come to America and look at ULA, Union of Liberian Association in America, and offer them $300,000. No. The people here, we got plenty of work here. Those of us that live in North Dakota, for example, there are jobs that are asking or will go shop. They say, you want work? Then you can't give us money here. The people over there, you can't even clean the street. What kind of deception is that? What kind of criminal act is that? These are some of the reasons why we want to vote for Joseph Walker, because he's not going to look for girlfriend again. It's done. And we just have a leader that will say enough is enough. People may be talking about age, all that crap. I ain't even going to that because Joe Biden, right here, president, you know what that is. We can build a system around somebody with high-level integrity. And the simpler definition of integrity, when you do it right, when nobody is looking at you. Don't lose and say no light, so you go to something and not for you. No. And this man have consistently proven himself to be who he is. All of us got some low stuff in our closet. But Joe Walker have done better. Almost 40 years in public service, including 12 years of vice president. He's not a perfect person, but you know what? He's a reasonable person. We can use the old math to plan the new math. Even though Cummings and disagree with that, but now they are going there. And that's why we're telling them no. He said, you don't want that. You that come from Coca-Cola, you must be president. Now using the old math To plant a new mat, acknowledge it. So my people, those of you that send money and those of you that are willing to do their political work here and not just all about talking politics, sometimes we got to help some people that need help. I really appreciate everybody. You that done it, you that have not done it, just the small talking and talking about Eric Johnson, people are already moved to help. That is how, good and how do I want to say about Liberians? We got good heart. But our leaders are not good. Past and present, they're not good. They are not good, my people. Let me do my last commercial for folks that want to send for their people, okay? Kangoma Multi-Services Consulting. We are specialized in an array of areas, but mostly focusing on immigration. You want to do citizenship, you've been here 5 years, adjustment or starter, you want to file for your children, adult and minor children, you want to file for husband or wife if you are married, you want to do fiancé visa for your boyfriend or girlfriend abroad, anywhere they are. If they are in Liberia, it's better. You want to do affidavit of support for somebody that want DV or somebody that you want to help to do joint sponsorship, all that stuff. You want some information about all kinds of invitation, visiting visa, something like that to America, life insurance, and even student loan repayment. Those of us that went to school year, some of us went to school year with old student loan. How to work around starting your repayment, by enrolling into a program. Okay? By enrolling into a program, we also help with that. And all of these things I just talked about, we offer 10 to 15 minute professional consultation, free of charge. You don't have to pay us. We just want to provide you guidance to know how you get to go about those things. We are passionate about this because we too are immigrants. We are immigrants too. All right? So our contact number is 267-648-8012, 701-330-4693. 267-648-8012, 701-330-4693. Don't get confused. That's the same number for the show. Whenever I come on here without AB, that is the same number for the show on WhatsApp. Just WhatsApp. The regular number for the show, when I leave from here, don't call that number because I'm not going to pick it up. It's going to be off. It might be on. That number is 267-938-2801. That's the show number every day. When I come here, AB is not with me. That's the show number. The WhatsApp number is my personal number for folks abroad to have the opportunity to call. If you want to send me email about immigration issue, you want to file for somebody, just so you know, we don't go to court because we are not lawyers. I want to make that big disclaimer. I'm not a lawyer, and my team members are not lawyers too. But we are trained to do what we are doing, and we are legally established in North Dakota, including IRS. So we can do what we're doing, okay? So our website is www.kangomaconsulting.com. Everything we just told you, we got it right there. www.kangomaconsulting, all together. KANGOMACONSULTING, KangomaConsulting.com. You will find everything there. If you want to send us email, you can send our email at donor@kangomaconsulting.com. We'll get it. The other email is kkmultiservicesagency.llc@gmail.com. Either way, you can still get to us. We want to tap, or we are tapping already, into many, 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 many American opportunities so that we too, we can be better people. All right? I want to say to all of you, sometimes we come here, we get overly emotional. It is part of the game. People, don't get confused. It is part of the game. Sometimes we do that. But we are just like you, okay? We go to work, we come from work, we get some food to eat. And then, if whatever we got to do, we go to bed and ask our God to wake up the next day. So you thank you plenty for all of the contribution, for listening to me. Those of you that will come later, enjoyed our platform, shared our live video with other folks, your friends and your family members. Share with them so we can get a wider coverage. That way we're able to reach out to our people that need this education, civic education, political consciousness, political awareness. I can sit there on we go, but I can't do that. I got to go to work. Other folks are calling me. I'm sorry, folks, but I got to talk to my people. We've been off a little while. I did it intentionally this morning to stay on with you a little bit. I know everybody not there now, but you don't have to be there because you got to go. If you got to go, you got to go. Myself, can go now? So you're thinking, yeah, the way we say in Liberia, I'm not bringing no people inside it. You're thinking, yeah, but people, I really, really enjoy being with you guys on the screen. All right? Thank you, and thank you plenty.